while Shannon Griffith scored 9 points. She was 4 of 6 from the floor. 6 points apiece for Alyssa Keeney, for Asarian. I just forgot her first name. Ashley Asarian. 6 points for Christina Diorio and 6 points for Samantha Corcoran. So a spread out kind of scoring, but not enough of it, as Salve wins it by a score of 70-57. And as we talked about at the beginning of the game, Mike, as the game wore on, that hot start of Curry when they were hitting like 10 of 13 cooled off in that first half and kept cooling off for the rest of the game.
And I think part of that was Salve's change in mentality on defense. I think they came out a little bit stagnant, and then they brought their energy level up. They got some momentum. About midway through the second half, I think what was important was Megan Harden, in a very close game, decided that it was time for her to take over. And she really distributed well. She moved well. She slashed to the basket. She made plays. And you got to give a lot of credit to Brianna Del Valle. Her play inside was tremendous. I mean, it was fun to watch her footwork and the way she creates space for herself. She's given up height down low, but yet she was always in position to get a putback at a timely manner. And then I also thought L.A. Dinan did a nice job of increasing the tempo of the game in the second half. So, really solid effort, and especially when Curry extended at the end and tried to put some pressure on them. I think the guards handled the ball well. They made their free throws. They did the things they had to do to win the game.
Well, 50% shooting for Curry in the first half, 23% shooting for Curry in the second half. Total turnovers for Curry up to 19, which didn't help the cause. And at the free throw line, they were solid, 7 of 8, but they just didn't get there often enough. In the rebound battle, Salve won it 42-36. Other notable points here. Let's see, what do we got? Points in the paint for Salve, 24 to Curry's 14. Offensive turnovers. That's not turnovers. What is that? That can't be turnovers, is it?
No.
Points maybe off the offensive rebounds?
Offense off of turnovers. That's probably what that
off
is.
turnovers, right. Yeah. Points off of turnovers. There we go.
There it is.
18 for Salve, 9 for Curry. Second chance points, 9 for Salve, 4 for Curry. Bench scoring, this is a real plus for Salve. 17 points off the bench. That doesn't happen enough. That needs to happen more.
Well, if they're going to make a run and get to that 4th straight conference championship game, that's the kind of production they're going to need. But they played a real well-balanced game and a smart game.
The final was 70-57, Salve over Curry. Again, the rematch coming Tuesday night in the conference quarterfinals. All right, we'll come back and set things up for the men's game as soon as we return on WADK and WADK.com.
The Open Forum with Dave Rogers, weekday afternoons at 1 on 1540 WADK.
In this season of snow, a flat roof that leaks is not uncommon. Unfortunately,
you're going to get Corey out here?
Fortunately, we have A1 Roofing,
Halftime of the
your flat
men's
roof
game.
specialist. If you're dealing with a leaky flat roof now, or if you end up with one in the future,
all right, take
contact
it right
Sean
into
Napolitano
the
and
Salve
his
spot. Salve's 130 and Curry is 124. Salve comes in having lost 2 of their last 3, including a 49-point effort in a loss to Eastern Nazarene, and also a tough loss the other night, Wednesday night, against Western New England, not one of the stronger teams in the conference. So Salve needs to bounce back and put up a strong effort here, as we were mentioning with the interview with Sean Foster at halftime of the women's game. This is your last game of the regular season. This is your senior game. This is the one that precedes the playoff game. You really want to go through this with more positives than negatives.
And I think what Sean was saying is very important. I think he kept it real simple for his team. Don't worry about the scenarios of what's going to happen in the playoffs. You win today and you're home on Tuesday night, and that's important. So obviously you want to get a win on senior day, but you also want to go into the playoffs with some positive momentum, get a home game, and get off to a good start when the playoffs roll around.
Well, the key players for Salve, we start with the senior captain, Jeff Bielefeld, who's 6'4", but who jumps like he's 7 feet tall. Jeff Bielefeld is a monster, averaging 13 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, has 8 double-doubles on the season, shoots 53% from the floor. In the conference, he's number 3 in rebounding. He's number 2 in defensive and offensive rebounding, and he's number 5 with that field goal percentage. Jeff Bielefeld is an absolute delight to watch play basketball.
And I think, if you're a coach, Sean was mentioning earlier that he was under-recruited. And you know what? You like those guys that have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and they bloom a little bit later. But, he doesn't take anything for granted. He's a great effort type player. And he's certainly somebody that's fun to watch.
And so is Barrett Hanlon. This young man transferred to Salve from Bentley and immediately became an impact player and immediately became a very important player. He has been sidelined for about a month up until about a week ago with an ankle problem, but he's back and he's just about at full strength, and that is something that they need for Barrett Hanlon, who is averaging 18 points a game. That is number 2 in the conference. He leads the conference in steals. He is 5+ rebounds a game. He's the top assist maker on the team. He's the top steal maker on the team. He's number 2 in block shots, even though he's not that tall. And he hits field goals at a 53% clip. Barrett Hanlon is, he doesn't look like a superstar. He's a 5'10" sophomore, but he just does everything very well. He's smart and he's talented, and he makes this Salve team much, much better when he's out there playing. Patrick Deneen, well, there's a story, a 6'2" senior. He has just turned it on this year, averaging 16 points a game, 4 rebounds a game. He's number 1 on the team in 3-point shooting, number 2 in steals. He's 4th in steals in the conference. He is number 13 all-time scorer at Salve Regina. He just passed Tom Hull for that number 13 slot. And the thing about Pat Deneen is it was there for a while, a trend that was developing, Michael, early in the season or toward the middle of the season. When things got tough in the second half, the guy who always turned it on in the second half was Patrick Deneen. The guy who gets that winning shot, or you want him to take it, oftentimes, Patrick Deneen. He's just what I say is purely a clutch player. Fun to watch.
And obviously has a great understanding of the game because he knows what the team needs when they need it. But I'm excited to watch Barrett and Patrick. I mean, look, 2 of the top 5 scorers in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. But looking at Barrett's numbers, what's impressive as a guard is that he's also shooting 53% from the field. So once again, I think when you're a scorer, there are 2 different kinds of scorers: people that shoot a lot and score a lot, and there are people that know when to take good shots and what are good shots. And I think Barrett's one of those kids that probably is a very efficient player, and I'm really excited to watch him play today.
Well, he'll be coming out. And there'll be guys like Josh Holfelder, one of the senior captains, 6'5", very intelligent in general, very smart student, but he's also got the height, he's got a nice shooting touch, and he's not afraid to get in there and fight for a few rebounds. Nick Bates, a 6'4" freshman, has made his presence known, slowly but surely, gaining confidence as the season wore on. He can be a factor with his height, with his strength, and with his shooting. He's not afraid to throw up a 3 every now and then. Nick Bates is a star of the future. Over on the Curry side, let's talk about some of these Colonels, led by Malcolm Wynn, who's got 142 wins in his career with Curry College. In conference play, his record is 101-68. In overall play, he has a losing record, but he's tough in the conference. Last year, this team won it all. They won the regular season crown at 15-3. They won the conference title. They went 21-8. They were the preseason pick to finish number 2, but they just haven't got it together. They did lose the player of the year, Sedale Jones, from last year. They lost a couple of starting forwards, and then they lost their starting point guard in the second semester of this season, and that has slowed them down quite a bit too. Another story is A.J. Stevens. A.J. was second team all-conference last year. He's a big man in the middle, 6'5", about 250 pounds. He left the team in the middle of the season, had some personal issues he had to take care of, and the coach invited him to come back at the end of the season, and he said yes. And he's been back out there trying to help this team in the final couple of weeks. I don't know if I see A.J., though, right now. He may not be here for this one. We'll keep an eye on that. Leading players. Lambros Papalambros, the senior captain, he was first team all-conference last year, leads the team in scoring, rebounds, assists, and steals. But he's got help. Antonio Jones, 15 points a game. Carlos Ribeiro, the other captain, 10 points a game, and the top three-point shooter. There are some players on this Curry team, and those are just some of them. You got Thomas McLean, who's got 6'5" height. You've got who's the other guy? Matt Russell, 6'7". Matt Russell doesn't score a lot, but he can be a presence down there with that kind of height. And other guys would come off the bench who will share in the load, but most of it will fall on Lambros Papalambros. He really is the focal point of this whole team. And we'll get a look at him as we get closer to game time. Now, these two did meet, of course, earlier in the season. Let's take a look at what happened in that one. Salve won it in overtime, 69-67. Keep in mind, this is a Curry team that's only won 4 games in the conference, and yet they took Salve into overtime. Curry, let me give you a little rundown here. Curry hit 2 free throws. Lambros did that with 1:08 to go to tie the game at 61. That was the score at the end of regulation. In overtime, Salve scored the first 7 points. Curry scored the next 4, and they were down by 1, 68-67. In the final seconds, Salve missed 2 free throws. Curry missed a layup. And finally, Patrick Deneen hit 1 of 2 free throws with 3 seconds left for the 2-point win, 69-67. Individually, Jeff Bielefeld, 23 points, 11 rebounds. Josh Holfelder, 19 points, 7 of 11 from the floor. Patrick Deneen, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. For Curry, Papalambros, 27 points. Carlos Ribeiro had 12, Matt Russell 10 with 8 rebounds. They battled them last time. Why wouldn't you expect the same this afternoon?
Well, that's why you can't look at records. And, it seems like Curry has a lot of pieces. They just haven't been able to put the chemistry together yet. But you know what? They've been playing together all year long now, so you never know what's going to happen at this time of the year. So I think that, obviously the focal point for Salve is going to have to be on number 24. I haven't realized how to pronounce his name yet.
Papalambros?
Papalambros. But you know what? He got 10 points over his average in that game. So obviously he got loose, and they're going to have to do a much better job on him today. But this could have the potential to be another close game. And Salve has got a lot to play for today, and should be fun.
Well, Curry's coming in on a nice little ride right now. They beat Wednesday the University of New England 68-51. Now, UNE is having a tough year. They've only won 1 game. But Curry took the moment and took advantage of it. That snapped a 6-game losing streak, gives him some confidence. In that game, Antonio Jones had 22 points. Carlos Ribeiro had 13. Papalambros had 12 with 7 rebounds. Nice balanced attack. But overall on the year, Curry's averaging 67 points a game, which isn't bad, but they're giving up 76 points a game. Now, if you compare that to Salve's scoring about 69 points a game, but only giving up about 67. So the defensive nod would go to Salve on a piece of paper. Salve, though, has been struggling. They lost to Western New England 76-70 a couple of days ago. They trailed throughout the second half. When Nick Bates hit a 3, they were within 3 with 40 seconds to go. And then Western New England hit 6 of 6 free throws in the final 32 seconds to win it. But check out this. In the free throw shooting, Western New England was 30 of 35, 16 of 17 in the second half. Salve for the game, 10 of 19. A 20-point difference at the free throw line. You're not going to win that game too often.
And that would probably suggest that Salve was living on the perimeter a little bit too much. So, again, I think coaches will take these stats, they'll look at them and realize, what changes they need to make, and then it's all about execution come game day.
Well, in that game, Barrett Hanlon had 19 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. 1 rebound shy, but triple-double. Jeff Bielefeld, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Josh Holfelder, 13. Nick Bates scored 10. But as we said, this is the prelude to your playoff. And just about every way you look at it, Salve ends up with a home game on Tuesday. If they win, it's a definite home game for sure. But even if they lose, if they end up with a tie with, who would that be? That would be with Endicott. They would win the tie-breaking formula. So chances are looking good for a doubleheader Tuesday night, the women and the men in conference quarterfinals. So we certainly hope that works out. But again, this Curry team, the women gave the Salve women a battle, and I would expect this men's team to do no less. All right, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be getting close to the opening tap. And look, they brought me flowers. Oh, wait.
Well deserved.
That's probably not for me.
Okay.
It's senior day at Salve, Regina. Salve's got some seniors that are going to get honored, and that's all coming up too. Stay with us on WADK and WADK.com.
Exeter's Information Station, 1540 WADK.
You have important questions.
Okay.
Like, how much do I need for retirement?
Oregon,
what investment
A1.
should I have in a retirement portfolio? How do I
Oregon,
fund my
A1.
children's education? Oregon Financial of Middletown is a wealth
guess
management
just the
advisory firm offering financial operations and investment management services. They work with you to establish a relationship of mutual trust and respect, focusing on your individual circumstances and finding a customized financial solution. Corrigan Financial, 849-9313. Visit CorriganFinancialInc.com. In this season of snow, a flat roof that leaks is not uncommon, unfortunately. But fortunately, we have A1 Roofing, your flat roof specialist. If you're dealing with a leaky flat roof now, or if you end up with one in the future, contact Sean Napolitano and his expert crew right away. Call 265-1019. A1 Roofing. They've got you covered. For roof repairs of any kind, this is the kind of dependable service you want. A1 Roofing. Give Sean a call. 265-1019.
Josh Burmeister, who's a product of St. George's Academy, Alex Pratt, and Scott St. Lawrence. All seniors, all to be paid tribute to in just a couple of minutes here before this Salve men's game, Salve and Curry men's game takes place. The women's game went to Salve by a score of 70-57. And again, those two are going to go right at it again Tuesday night here in that Commonwealth Coast Conference quarterfinal. This, by the way, is our last scheduled broadcast of the season on WADK and WADK.com. However, high school playoffs are coming up, both in boys and girls basketball, and we're just waiting to see how it all turns out. We've got, looks like for sure, 5 teams going in, 3 of the girls teams and 2 of the boys teams, maybe a third. Rogers is right on the brink, but it would be a tough road for the Vikings to get in there, but they're not out of it quite yet. However, we expect some high school basketball playoff action to be coming your way on WADK.com. Some of it may come your way on WADK AM 1540. As for Salve Regina, We have no playoff plans right now for Salve. We'll see how things work out in that regard. But just stay tuned, and we'll keep you posted. Let you know what's coming up playoff-wise, broadcast-wise, on WADK and WADK.com. All right there, Mr. Lunny. Get ourselves comfortable and get ready, and you can keep practicing Lambros, Papa Lambros.
Lambros, Papa Lambros.
And we're looking at our three-man officiating crew walking by, saying hello to the coaches. Gentlemen.
Good job, guys.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
All right.
Ref like a champion today.
That'd be Matt Dora, Dion McKinley, and Thomas Babin. Your three-man officiating crew for the men's game. Both teams returning to their respective benches. And we will have special ceremonies here with Sean Foster, the head coach, helped out by his assistants, Matt Adams and Tyler Hundley, as they get to say thank you to their seniors. And look at Isaiah Pringle. I'm loving Isaiah over. Isaiah was a star last year. Unfortunately, had numerous hip surgeries and may have one more to come. But he's redshirted his senior year. He'll be available to play, eligible to play next year. Hopefully healed completely from the surgeries. And boy, it'll be fun to watch Isaiah Pringle one more year. But this year he's been on the bench, on the sidelines, always dressed up. Today he's got a little bow tie on there.
Bow tie.
Look at that bow tie, man. I don't know how many guys can pull off a bow tie, but Isaiah would be one of them. So we're looking forward to Isaiah's return. Tough loss there. Also, Brendan Canova was going to be a starting guard this year. He had to sit out the season with his shoulder injury. He'll be back next year. And I feel bad for Josh Furmeister and Alex Pratt. Josh lost almost the entire season with a knee problem, and Alex lost most of the season with his shoulder problem. But they will be honored here in the pregame activities. And before we get to the starting lineups, I would assume we would be paying tribute to those seniors like the women did. So we'll wait and see if that's what happens with this pregame activity. Ah, yes, there's the indication that the seniors are about to get honored. Sean Foster, the head coach, who's a pretty sharp dresser himself, by the way.
Littleton, Massachusetts, number 13.
Here comes Jeff Bielefeld, the senior captain from Littleton, Massachusetts. He's got the Fu Manchu back. Sean Foster, Colin Sullivan with congratulations, and his mom and dad are here to share in the moment as Jeff will pass along some flowers to them. You will not find a harder worker than Jeff Bielefeld. A little picture taking to go along with it. By the way, I know somebody else who lives in Littleton, Massachusetts.
Who's that?
That would be my son.
Ah.
And his family. Ryan, Stephanie, and Joshua up there in Littleton, Mass. Next is Patrick Deneen, who almost forgot his flowers. Congratulated by Sean Foster. And it looks like Patrick's father and mom are here to help pay tribute to their son. So Patrick Deneen out of Medfield, Massachusetts, 6'2" senior, getting his moment here in the pregame ceremonies, joining Jeff Bielefeld. Been fun to watch both these guys play. They played since year one.
Our next senior is from Bonn, Germany, number 42, Joshua Furmeister.
Here's Josh Furmeister, the big man who has not been able to play this year. Looks like he's a little out of shape, but he's in uniform. 6'6", Josh Furmeister out of Bonn, Germany, and St. George's Academy in Middletown, and gets a big hug from what might be his girlfriend. That can't possibly be his mother. So Josh joins the crew. Here comes the next senior, and that would be Josh Holfelder. Josh, a brilliant student, comes from Noank, Connecticut, 6'5". And here comes mom and dad and family members who say hello to Josh. Sharing in the moment. Yeah, that looks good. Now, apparently Scott St. Lawrence is not a graduating senior because he's not being honored here. Oh, no. Here he comes. He was hiding over there. Oh, no, Alex Pratt. I'm sorry. It's Alex Pratt. That's what I was thinking of. Alex Pratt. With that shoulder injury that cost him most of his season, his mom and dad are here to say congratulations to Alex Pratt out of Nashua, New Hampshire. 6'3" young man, putting his arm around his mom and dad. Again, these senior days, they're so cool, man. You know, there's gladness to it, but there's sadness to it all at the same time.
We see a lot of this at the high school level, and it's really nice to see this carried on at the college level too. And you know, you spend this much time together, and I'm sure all these families are very close, and you know, looking forward to you know, their futures in careers and all those kinds of things. But this is what it's all about right now.
A great big thank you to all the seniors from the Salve Regina community. As they get back to their bench, the parents and friends return to the stands. And we now turn our attention to the starting lineups that will be coming out right now for first Curry and then Salve Regina. And let's see which five come out here for the Colonels. It's usually the same five. And we start with Carlos Ribeiro, the 5'11" senior captain. And next is number 23, Antonio Jones, 6'2" junior from Dorchester.
Number 24.
Here is Lambros Papalambros, the 6'4" senior from Quincy, Mass., the leader of this team. He'll be joined by Thomas McLean, 6'4" senior, 6'5" senior out of Paxton, Mass. And finally, Matt Russell rounds out the starting five. Matt is 6'7" out of South Portland, Maine. There are some tall people in this Colonels lineup. All right, Salve Regina's starting five. Starting things off, Patrick Deneen, the 6'2" senior from Medfield, Massachusetts, with Isaiah Pringle waiting for him at the end of the long people corridor. Now Jeff Bielefeld, the 6'4" senior from Littleton, Mass. Joining them next will be number 23, Nick Bates, the 6'4" sophomore. Excuse me, 6'4" freshman from Danvers. Here comes Barrett Hanlon. Barrett from Hopkinton, Mass., 5'10" sophomore. And finally, Josh Holfelder rounds out the starting lineup as he joins his teammates, the 6'5" senior from Noank, Connecticut. Brendan Canova out there, and also not able to play and injured right now is sophomore Chris O'Keefe, who is on the sidelines and has to watch. And that'll complete the starting lineups. That'll complete the pregame festivities. And we're going to have the ROTC unit again join us at midcourt for preparations to have the national anthem played for the crowd. So we'll take this opportunity to take a timeout and let you hear a couple of messages. And when we come back, we'll be getting ready for the start of the men's contest. Salve Regina and Curry College going at it here at the Rogers Recreation Center. It's next on WADK and WADK.com.
Listen online, on your tablet, or on your smartphone at WADK.com.
The Music Box is Aquidneck Island's only toy store, and they've got what's hot, like the Tie Beanie.
You want this and Newport Insurance?
Yes.
Including Monster High, Barbie, Hot
Maybe
Wheels,
even one
Matchbox, and action figures, plus Melissa
Stay
and
tuned.
Doug, Ugly Dolls.
Will do.
The sports collectibles for the Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics, Yankees, and New York Giants. And yes, there's still a great CD selection, plus vinyl LPs are back at the Music Box, 160 Thames Street, downtown Newport. Open every day and night.
Newport Insurance Agency is an established group of insurance industry veterans who are committed to the Newport County community and the clients they serve. In an uncertain world, Newport Insurance Agency is dedicated to keeping pace with the ever-changing needs of their customers and anticipating their needs for the future. Because their staff lives in the community where they work, they know know firsthand the difficulty in obtaining affordable homeowners property insurance when living in the proximity of the coast. With recent changes to the National Flood Insurance Program, there is a lot of confusion on eligibility, coverage, and rates. Newport Insurance is happy to go over that coverage with you and help you unravel the coverage and costs associated with flood insurance. Stop by their office at 460 East Main Road, corner of Forest Avenue, Middletown.
You could probably fill it
Call
with the
them at
music, Phil, I guess.
619-1660
Got it.
or visit their website at newportinsuranceenagency.com.
All right. We are back at the Rogers Recreation Center. Bob Angel with Mike Lunny, and our producer-engineer is Art Berluti. Men's game coming up here. Also wanted to pay tribute to Kelly Safinello, who is the associate AD here. She's been out there for all those ceremonies, and I kept forgetting her name. I finally had to ask her to write it down so I could mention it again. But Kelly's been also a big part of the ceremonies here, helping out. So we are ready to go. They take the court, these two men's teams do, and we'll see how this one comes out. The dark purple uniforms of Curry with the white lettering and numerals. The home white uniforms of Salve with the blue numerals, blue and green trim down the sides there. Salve will be going right to left as we look on from the scorer's table. Jeff Bielefeld will be jumping against Matt Russell to get things started. After we have a little reading of the that takes place before every Salve game by one player from Salve and one from Curry.
This includes demonstrating fair.
Let's see, who's the Curry guy? That's Paul Preziosi. He'll be in there. He'll play. And the guy for Salve, that's not John King, is it? Maybe it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, John King. Former Prout star. All right, out of the court. Let's get some basketball going on here. Bielefeld ready to go. So is Matt Russell. 6'7". And we are underway with Bielefeld controlling the tap, but Curry stealing it away. And here they go. The Colonels going to work is Papalambros with the ball. That'll happen a lot. Gives it out high here to Thomas McLean, and now Antonio Jones. 15 points a game for that young man. You got to know where he is. And here it is, Papalandros, as Patrick Deneen fell down, and that allows Papalambros to get an open jumper at the foul line.
Well, good stop for Curry. They took advantage of Deneen falling down.
At the other end, Salve with the ball, and Barrett Hanlon working it around to Deneen on the right wing. Barrett Hanlon goes high post to Jeff Bielefeld. Left corner to Josh Holfelder. Thought about the baseline, changed his mind. They work around the perimeter. And they get in the hands of Barrett Hanlon for a three around and no good. Holfelder with the rebound, had to block, but he was fouled in the rebounding action. And that'll put Josh on the line. And the foul is going to be on Curry's Thomas McLean. And at the line goes Josh Holfelder. Josh is a 59% free throw shooter, which is kind of weird because he's a great shooter from the floor. But when it comes to free throw shooting, he has his problems, but not with the first of two right here. For Josh Holfelder. Big, tall Mr. Holfelder there, 6'5", out of Nowang, Connecticut. One of the seniors honored today. Second free throw's on the way, and also good. Full court pressure applied here by Salve. Looks like man-to-man. Papalambros breaks it easily. Antonio Jones getting a screen on the left side. Pump fakes, throws it up, and hits about a 20-foot jumper. Two-pointer that time. 4-2. Here's Barrett Hanlon. Giving it up to Nick Bates. Near steal, though. Bates goes over in the right corner for a Holfelder three. Yes! Josh Holfelder!
And Salve took advantage of that lunging defense played by Curry.
All right. Papalambros with the ball. Looking for some help now. Gets it out high here to Ribeiro. Ribeiro stops at the foul line for a jumper. In and out. Rebound underneath. Matt Russell battling for it. And apparently he won the battle because Jeff Bielefeld is going to be called for a foul on this one. That's the guy you do not want to see get in foul trouble is Jeff Bielefeld. Curry with the ball. Ribeiro has it, goes in the corner. This is Papalambros. Nice crossover dribble. Gets to the baseline, but kind of lost control of it. And was he pushed? Apparently he was. And that's because Nick Bates gave him a little nudge. 2 quick fouls called on Salve. Ribeiro has it out deep right now. Goes back in the corner over here to McLean. Thomas McLean working against Bates. Turns, spins, shoots. Can't get it to go. Barrett Hanlon has the rebound. Gets down court, drops it to Patrick Deneen. Threw a bad pass. Picked off by Papalambros. 1-on-2. Drives down the right side of the lane, right by Nick Bates, and gets the easy layup.
Papalambros is a strong player, active with the ball and without it.
Very quick to the hoop. Holfelder has it to Patrick Deneen. Deneen looking low, nothing there. They work it around the perimeter. Bielefeld has it now out to Holfelder in that 3-point range. Bounce pass underneath to Hanlon. Lost control of it. Couldn't keep it. Turnover Salve. Here comes Curry the other way. Papalambros with it. Crossover dribble. Has it stolen away by Barrett Hanlon. It's 2-on-1 with Bielefeld. Hanlon on the left side of the lane. Lost the dribble. Lost the ball. Fast break ruined. At the other end, Ribeiro. Bounce pass. Papalambros misses the layup. Josh Holfelder with a rebound. Hanlon comes back the other way. Gives it on the wing to Patrick Deneen. Nice bounce pass to Jeff Bielefeld for a beautiful fast break.
Oh, and there was 3 Curry defenders just lagging back on defense that time and allowed Salve to get an easy basket.
Pretty play right there. 7-6 the Salve lead. Back the other end, it's Papalambros. Where guarded by Deneen. Lambros going to give it up to McLean up high. Thomas McLean guarded by Holfelder. Looking for some help. Goes over here to Antonio Jones. He's going to take a 3, standing still, and coming away with a rebound, Patrick Deneen. 2-on-2, right side of the lane, driving toward the basket. No foul. Tip up by Bielefeld, no good. Matt Russell grabs it. Here comes Curry. Left to right, pass down court to Papalambros. He's going to take a 3, short. Rebound. We've got a push underneath. That's going to be on Curry, and that's going to be on Thomas McLean in the rebounding action. And that's going to bring Paul Preziosi in off the bench.
Well, Salve's got to do a much better job locating Papalambros in transition. You know, he was wide open, and somebody like that, you just can't give him that much open daylight.
McLean with his second personal sits down. Barrett Hanlon with it, gives it over to Patrick Deneen, right wing. Comes back out high to Bielefeld, and now to Barrett Hanlon again. Hanlon looking things over. Top of the key, gives it up to Deneen. Now to Holfelder in the right corner to Bielefeld. Wants to go right in the left side of the lane. His layup is no good. Too strong. That's a Bielefeld move all the way. Jeff couldn't convert it. Here is Ribeiro at the other end. Left side of the lane. Stops. Pops. Short. Rebound Hanlon. It's 1-on-3. He's driving back by himself. Passes off on the wing to Deneen. Misses the 3. Hanlon gets the rebound. Barrett Hanlon goes back toward the basket. Gives it up to Deneen out deep. Goes right down the lane. Puts up a soft little layup that drops right in.
Nice attack off the bounce there for Patrick Deneen.
A 30-second timeout called here quickly by Malcolm Wynn of Curry. Salve's lead is 9-6. And can we take a 30-second timeout? I think we can. Let's do that right here on WADK.
Join the conversation. Like us on Facebook. 1540 WADK.
You need to trust people you deal with. For auto body repairs, a lot of car and truck owners around here trust Tom Faria and Enterprise Auto Body. For some 40 years now, Tom's
And Music Box.
And Music Box.
And Newport Insurance.
And Newport Insurance. And now we're playing
has
Enterprise.
state-of-the-art equipment.
Okay.
Correct.
Enterprise can also help with your tire needs and minor automotive servicing. You can trust Tom Faria and Enterprise Auto Body. Trimble Road off Aquidneck Avenue in Middletown. 849-5606.
No, it's 11.
All right, we're back. I think. Yes, now we're back. Okay, Curry College has it, and Barrett Hanlon almost stole it away on the far sideline. 9-6. Salve has the lead. Curry has the ball. They go left to right as we look on from the scorer's table. Ball's in the hands of Preziosi at the moment, but back it goes to Carlos Ribeiro. Now on that left wing, and up there's Antonio Jones. Jones will give it to Preziosi. Stop and a pop by Lambros. Papalambros with a jumper. 9-8.
Papalambros is just way too open right now. They've got to do a much better job getting on him.
All right, Barrett Hanlon with that left knee wrapped up. Angles off to the right side, dishes it off. Here's Nick Bates working the baseline, banks it in nicely on the move.
Nice move.
Good strong move by the freshman Nick Bates. 11-8 Salve. Ribeiro gives it up to Lambros, Papalambros. Guarded closely by Patrick Deneen. Gives it up. Preziosi works it around, gives it to Antonio Jones. Antonio Jones waiting, backing it off between the circles. Gives it up to Papalambros. Fakes the jumper, then takes one at the foul line and misses the mark. Rebound battled for. Coming with it and coming down with it was Anastasios Filippo. Another shot. Finally, Salve's Hohlfelder pulls it down.
3 shots that time and came up empty.
Deneen on the baseline. Nice pass to Bielefeld. Banks it home with the left hand. Jeff Bielefeld from Patrick Deneen.
He contorted his body that time to get around the defender.
13-8 is the Salve lead. Ribeiro bringing it back. Carlos Ribeiro gives it up to Antonio Jones in that 3-point range, left wing. Gives it up now to Preziosi. Preziosi's going to take a 3 with a jumper. Misses. Nick Bates high for the rebound. From Salve up to go to Patrick Deneen. Cross court it goes to Bates. In the middle to Bielefeld. Left side of the lane. Nice move. Can't get it to go, but he'll get to the line. And that's going to be on Anastasios Filippo, the freshman from Athens, Greece, who's gotten in there.
Well, when Josh gets a head of steam going to the basket, not many people are going to stop putting their body in front of him.
Jeff's going to get a couple right here. Free throw shooting this year for Jeff, 67%. Here's the first of 2, and that one's going to roll around and drop in. All right, for Curry, in comes Jordan Vieira and also Alex Kershaw for the Colonels. At the line is Jeff Bielefeld with one more, trying to add on to that Salve advantage. And this one misses the mark. 14-8, Salve's up. Jordan Vieira running the point now. Goes right side over here to Kershaw. Alex looking around, waiting. Gives it back out to Preziosi. Preziosi works it over here to Papalambros, who doesn't sit down a lot. Alex Kershaw gets it back. Wants to drive to the foul line. Left side of the lane. Throws it up on the run. And that one goes out of play. And that'll be Salve ball. Coming in for Salve now for the first time, Eric McKinnon out of Southeastern Mass. 6'2 junior. Nick Bates takes a seat. Pass comes into Barrett Hanlon. Picked up right away by Jordan Vieira. Hanlon across the timeline to Josh Hohlfelder out high. Goes back to Hanlon on the baseline. Driving, nothing there. On the wing, Deneen does not take the 3. Underneath, all alone, Jeff Bielefeld.
Great cut by Bielefeld, and Patrick Deneen heads up play, finding him under the basket wide open.
Terrific vision that time by Patrick. 16-8 is the score. Papalambros with it now. Guarded behind Deneen. Gives it up straight away. Thinking about a shot was Filippo, but doesn't take it. Here's Alex Kershaw beyond that arc. On the wing it goes, right side to Preziosi. Preziosi guarded tightly by Hanlon in the corner. Gets it into Kershaw's hands. On that left, right wing. Drives right into and fouls. Salve's Eric McKinnon got the position.
You know, many times when an offensive player is going to the basket like that, your defensive player will try to jump and block a shot, and he did a nice job of staying down, establishing position, and getting an offensive charge.
Scott St. Lawrence comes in for Josh Hohlfelder. Here's some full court pressure applied by Curry, man to man. Hanlon dribbles it up through the timeline. Center court area. Tightly guarded by Vieira. Gets it to Jeff Bielefeld, high post. Bielefeld looking, getting it over here to Hanlon. Left side of the lane, goes right to the hoop, puts it up, too strong. Bielefeld tried for the rebound, couldn't hang on to it. Here comes Vieira the other way for Curry. 1-on-2, bounce pass left side, and a block by Eric McKinnon, but a foul by Eric McKinnon on the play. And that'll send Paul Preziosi to the line, a 6'5" freshman, shooting 69% on the year. His team down by 8. 12:27 to go, first half. First free throw's good. One more. Antonio Jones comes back. So does Matt Russell for Curry. Filippo sits down, and for the first time, Papalambros sits down. And we're going to hang things up just a second and wait for Mr. Vieira to tie his sneaker over here. Now we're all set. And we get one more free throw for Paul Preziosi, who comes out of Quincy, Mass. Second free throw is good. 16-10, Salve. Hanlon with the inbounds pass. Vieira right on him. Hanlon goes off to the right side. Oh, threw it away. South St. Lawrence wasn't ready. At the other end, Antonio Jones going to take it in for an easy layup.
2-pointer for Antonio Jones.
16-12. Salve's lead is down to 4. Patrick Deneen brings it back, and Scott St. Lawrence again not ready for the pass. This time Eric McKinnon saves it. Jeff Bielefeld wants to go left side of the lane, throws it up and rolls it home. He's got that move perfected. 18-12. Salve has the lead. Curry has the ball. Left to right they go here in the first half. On senior day at Salve. Antonio Jones with it. Out beyond the arc. Deneen on him. Wants to go right side. Drops it down low for it. All alone. Matt Russell for the easy layup. Here comes Barrett Hanlon now. Taking it back for Salve right to left. Out beyond the arc. Gives it up to Scott St. Lawrence. Out high. Goes down low for a nice pass to Patrick Deneen. Over to Jeff Bielefeld. Tried to dribble free. Couldn't. Now pump fakes. Goes up and misses. And a fight for the rebound. And let's see who's going to be the guilty party. Matt Russell seems to be in angst down there. So it's going to be a 2-shot foul for a slow to get up from the floor, Jeff Bielefeld.
Late whistle there, but definitely was a foul.
Yeah, Jeff's in a little bit of pain and a bit angry as well as he goes to the line to try to reset and compose here. Sorry. Jeff just kind of standing at the foul line. The officials are giving him some time to settle down a little bit, physically mostly. And Jeff will get a couple right here. Jeff Bielefeld, one of the captains, sinks the first free throw. Barrett Hanlon gets his first rest as Tommy Keys comes in, the young freshman from Berkeley, Mass. One more here for Jeff Bielefeld. Bielefeld with already 10 points in the game. It's at 11. 20-14. Now Salve puts full court pressure on here. And Preziosi gets it over here to Jordan Vieira. Vieira breaks it easily, gets across the timeline, and goes back to work on the offense. Ball in the hands of Alex Kershaw right now, looking at cutters. Out high to Paul Preziosi. On the wing it goes. This is Antonio Jones. Stops, pops, misses. Rebound batted around, knocked loose. Kershaw has it, flips it up and in. Tommy Keys coming the other way. Gets it up to Eric McKinnon. Down low to Jeff Bielefeld. Bielefeld on the baseline. Makes the move anyway. Can't get it to go. And looks like he'll get to the line again. Aggressive moves by Jeff Bielefeld. And that one's going to be called on Matt Russell.
He got the ball in the low post and was looking to pass and realized nobody was open. He had a great step-through move to get past his defender. Made a great play and almost finished it for and one.
Jeff's first free throw is going to miss off the front of the rim. Nick Bates is returning. Patrick Deneen will sit down for Salve. And Jeff will get one more. Matt Russell's foul was his first. And Papalambros returns for Curry. And sitting down is Paul Preziosi. One more here for Jeff Bielefeld. At the line, the senior captain gets ready and lets it fly and hits the second one. 21-16. Less than 11 minutes to go. First half action here. Curry men, Salve men. Salve women won the opener. Antonio Jones has it out high. Looking down low for Russell. Gets it to him. Got it by Bielefeld. Flip pass. Knocked loose. Saved by Russell. Looking around. He's going to make the move himself. Spins in the lane. And a nice little drop hook for 2 points from Matt Russell.
Nice spin move there by Matt Russell. Got Bielefeld going to his right. Came back to his left and made a nice jump hook.
Salve brings it back, gets in the hands of Nick Bates, the freshman. A couple of freshmen out there now, he and Tommy Keys. Bielefeld works it left side over to Keys beyond the arc, and ball's knocked away momentarily, but saved by Bielefeld. Tommy Keys into the lane, looking for help, almost traveled. McKinnon in the corner, throws up a three, too strong. Scott St. Lawrence on the weak side, grabs the rebound, and is called for the foul. And that's how he got the rebound, apparently.
Yeah, he gave a little push off before he went up for that rebound. And referee caught it late, but did catch him. It was a foul.
All right, Jordan Vieira sits down. And now to run the point will be Stephen O'Neill. I'm not sure if it's Stephen or Stefan, to be honest with you, but he's running the point. Working around over here to Papalambros on the left wing. Got it by Nick Bates. Now out high to Matt Russell beyond the arc. To Antonio Jones. He'll shoot from anywhere. Like right now. A three. No. Rebound underneath Tommy Keys. Keys is tripped up on his way up the floor accidentally by Alex Kershaw. First on Alex. Up second on Alex. Salve 21. Curry 18. And we're into the bonus situation.
That's a big advantage for Salve now with 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. They're already shooting free throws.
Brendan Fowler's in. Jeff Bielefeld gets his first rest. Brendan Fowler out of North Attleboro, 6'7" sophomore. At the line, though, is Tommy Keys. He was filling in a lot while Barrett Hanlon was injured. Tommy 1 for 5 in the free throw department on the season. Getting 1 and 1 here and hitting the front end. Important minutes here for Tommy Keys. You got to get Barrett Hanlon some rest. And that's where Tommy Keys has to come through, even as a freshman. He gets one more. From Berkeley, Mass. Tommy Keys hits the second one. 23-18 Salve. And here comes O'Neal, bringing it back the other way. Right to left. Or left to right, as the case may be. Ribeiro. Papalambros wants to work left side of the lane. Nothing there. Gives it back to Antonio Jones. Right side of the lane. Gives it back over here to Ribeiro. Ribeiro's going to stop, pop, and miss. High rebound. And up high to get it is Nick Bates.
Good box out by Bates there.
At the other end, Scott St. Lawrence wants to go baseline. Hits the bottom of the backboard. Gives a nice pass over here to Brendan Fowler. Throws it up from a short distance. No good. St. Lawrence battling for the rebound. Gets tripped up and falls to the floor. No foul call, and it will be off of Salve and Curry ball. All right, Josh Hofelder returns, and so does Patrick Deneen. So you get Tommy Keys out there with Deneen, Hofelder, Bates, and Brendan Fowler for Salve. O'Neal over here to Ribeiro on the right wing. Looking for cutters and waiting. Out high to Antonio Jones beyond the arc. Antonio with a feed for Papalambros at the free throw line. Turns, spins, doesn't take the shot. Nice bounce pass down low. Matt Russell's going to put it up and in and get fouled. Foul's going to be on Brendan Fowler, his first. And looking to complete a three-point play is Matt Russell. Averaging about 4.5 points a game for the season. He's already got 6. And it'll stay there. Patrick Deneen with a rebound. Tommy Keys at the point. Picked up by O'Neal. Gives it up now to Nick Bates. They work it around high to Josh Hofelder beyond the arc. In the corner goes to Nick Bates. Takes the jumper from there and hits. Nick Bates. Smooth shot.
Good looking jump shot. No hesitation on that one.
All right, Stephen O'Neal brings it back. Gives it up to Papalambros on that left wing. Barrett Hanlon getting ready to come back in for Salve. Out high is Matt Russell between the circles. Right side it goes to Carlos Ribeiro. Ribeiro looking, waiting, holding. Now moves over, gives it on the foul line to Papalambros for the jumper. That is good.
Papalambros got a nice little offensive game. He's been throwing an up fake every time he catches the ball, and that time he went straight up with the jump shot.
Tommy Keys to Josh Hofelder. Guarded tightly by Antonio Jones. To Brendan Fowler out high. Brendan gives it up to Patrick Deneen. Deneen waiting, looking. Fowler on the baseline. Takes the jumper. Misses. Rolled off the back of the rim. Here's O'Neal on the run. 1-on-2. He's going to take it all the way down. And blocked by Nick Bates, who thought he made a clean block. But apparently he's not going to win that argument. And that's going to be, I think, the second on Nick in the early going. And put Carlos Ribeiro at the free throw line. 5'11" senior from Charlestown, Mass. Hits free throws at 68%. Getting a pair right here. First one is off the front of the rim. No good. Hanlon's back. Tommy Keys sits down. Paul Preziosi returns. And Antonio Jones sits down for Curry. And now coming in for Salve for the first time is Evan Lerner. Evans out of Hopedale, Mass. 6'5" freshman. One more here at the line for Carlos Ribeiro. It's on the way and good. A tight first half here, 25-23. Salve's on top. Right to left they go with Patrick Deneen bringing it up. Angles off to the left side, works the weave with the Hanlon. Barrett Hanlon goes back in the corner left to Deneen. Back to Barrett. A little two-man game here. Now it goes to Evan Lerner out high. Right corner to Hohlfelder. To Brendan Fowler out high, but won't take the shot there. Patrick Deneen in the right corner. Trying to work baseline, nothing there, but still persists in getting down there. Ball is batted around and comes down to the hands of Curry. Preziosi brings it back. A chance for Curry to tie or take the lead. Here is O'Neal. Got it tightly by Barrett Hanlon. Working it out to Papalambros. Papalambros double teamed center court area. Stops, pops, rolls around, drops in.
Oh, that's his spot right there at the free throw line. He keeps getting to that spot uncontested.
25-25. Barrett Hanlon's back with the ball. Gives it up to Evan Lerner. Evan Lerner to Brendan Fowler in the high post. Here to Patrick Deneen. Drops it down low. Nothing there. On the wing, it goes to Lerner. Toward the hoop. Bounce pass underneath. Hohlfelder puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound underneath. Brendan Fowler up and in.
Well, Salve really needed that. You could see since Bielefeld's been out of the game that their inside game has been non-existent.
Papalambros guarded by Patrick Deneen between the center circles. Gets it over here to Carlos Ribeiro. Picked up right away by Barrett Hanlon. Goes right side over here to O'Neal. Goes right toward the hoop. Tries to bank it in. Doesn't get it to go, but a tap-up is good by Matt Russell. He's got 6'7" advantage down there, and Matt's taking advantage of it. 27 all. Barrett Hanlon goes right side. Angles off, right side of the lane, trying to drive, nothing there. Backs it off, they work it around to Patrick Deneen, now right side to Hohlfelder. Right corner, Barrett Hanlon. Wants to go to the baseline again. Flips it out over here to Brandon Fowler for a jumper that misses off the front of the rim. Barrett Hanlon grabs the rebound.
Nice hustle play by
right
Hanlon.
Corner, three, Deneen, no! Rebound, fought for, and finally Curry comes away with it. Papalambros on the run with the dribble. Stops, pops, in and out. And a rebounding foul on Matt Russell that time over the back.
Oh, Brendan Fowler did a much better job that possession, putting Russell on his back.
Jeff Bielefeld's coming back in, but I'm not sure for who. Oh, it's going to be for Brendan Fowler, who's going to take some free throws. Oh, we've got wholesale changes here for Curry. As we get Jordan Vieira back in, Antonio Jones back in, and Anastasios Philippou is back in. And at the line is Brendan Fowler. And he's got a 1-and-1 situation right here. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities at the line this year. He's only 6 of 10. Front end of a 1-and-1 right here for Fowler. It's on the way and good. You've had another one. 5:19 to go in the first half. Salve with, at the moment, a 1-point lead. Fowler's second free throw is in and out. 28-27. Salve with the lead. Curry with the ball. Left to right they go. Jordan Vieira at the point. Papalambros, who's had a brief rest, almost lost the possession, but saved it because he was talking to his teammates and didn't notice Patrick Deneen. Papalambros has it back in three-point range. Gets it back again with the dribble. Foul line area, goes in the corner. And a move over there in the corner and a foul. Ooh, Patrick Deneen could call for a blocking foul over there in that left corner. Now Jeff Bielefeld gets in and Brendan Fowler will sit down. And a bonus situation now for Curry as Jordan Vieira will step to the line. He's only had 8 free throws this season. He's made 6 of them. Gets a 1-and-1 here for Curry College out of Milton, Mass. Vieira's free throw is in and out, and Bielefeld grabs the rebound. Patrick Deneen on the run, trying to get down there before the defense gets set, and he's pushed as he makes his move toward that right corner. And that'll be called on Thomas McClain, I think. Did he get back in there?
I think so.
Or was that 24?
24.
I'm sorry, that's Lambros,
yes.
Papalambros. So the foul is on him in the first, and Patrick Deneen has a 1-and-1. First one's good. Patrick on the season, free throw shooting wise, is 64% on the year, averaging 16 points a game.
Let's see if Salve wants to, if they make this free throw, see if they extend out and put a little pressure on Curry on this next possession.
Second free throw, no good. And Curry College grabs a rebound. Here comes Jordan Vieira up to Antonio Jones on the right wing. Antonio back to Jordan Vieira, telling Antonio, get on the other side of the court. And Antonio bounces in the corner, back and forth with Papalambros. And again, Jones, left wing. Brings it back out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And Malcolm Wynn is going to call a timeout. And looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. It is 29-27, Salve Regina over Curry College. Nobody has really been able to take charge of this game, you know?
No, not yet. They're still kind of feeling each other out, but Salve switched to a zone defense that last possession, a 1-2-2, which I think is why Coach Wynn called that timeout to talk about that a little bit. And we'll see if Salve will change defenses coming out of this timeout.
Salve looking for the win that would absolutely nail down their home playoff spot on Tuesday night. Things get simple if they win this game as far as the playoffs go.
It looks like they're going to stay in that zone. See if Curry drew up a play for it.
All right, they work it to Antonio Jones, and back and forth it goes between him and Vieira for a three, and that's no good. And for the rebound, it's Deneen who comes down with it. Patrick on the run, right sideline to Evan Lerner. Has the baseline shut off, so he goes back to Deneen, back to Lerner. Lerner looking, nothing there. They're working out deep now to Bielefeld. Cross court it goes to Lerner. Lerner wants to go baseline, shut off again. Ball knocked away. It'll be Salve ball. Tight defense that time by Jordan Vieira on the freshman Evan Lerner. It'll be Deneen putting it in play. They work it around. Hofelder has it now, and they get it in the hands of Barrett Hanlon. Hanlon out high. Deneen's going to take a three. Rounded in. Oh, shooter's touch.
Shooter's roll. That's what we call that when Patrick got a good rotation on it, kicked up off the front of the rim and fell for him.
Here comes Curry the other way, and Jordan Vieira gets it to the high post, but we had a kick ball instead of a turnover that would have been Salve's possession. A Salve foot got in there somewhere. So Curry will be putting it in play. Antonio Jones has just become my new best friend. Right over here on my right
in your
shoulder.
Living room, huh?
Yeah, right in my living room. All right, it's Curry ball, and they work it on the other side now to Papalambros. Carlos Rivera back at the point. Antonio Jones has it back to Carlos. He's going to take a three. Short. Rebound down to Barrett Hanlon. Up to Evan Lerner. Lerner looking for some help. Slows it down. Gives it to Patrick Deneen. Deneen out high to Josh Hofelder for a three. Yes! Josh Hofelder!
And that play was set up by Patrick Deneen, who got a nice up fake, dribbled into the lane, and found his teammate on the perimeter.
Antonio Jones barking out instructions for Curry at the other end. High post to Preziosi. Turns in the lane, puts it up on the run, and it drops in for the basket. And I think he got Josh Hofelder on the foul. Foul is on Josh. That'll be his first. And Paul Preziosi with that nice little move down the right side of the lane gets to try to finish off a three-point play here. Paul Preziosi, who comes by way of Quincy, Mass, 6'5" freshman. Misses the free throw, and Patrick Deneen hauls in the rebound. 6-point Salve advantage, 2:50 to go first half. Deneen looking for help, gets it out here to Barrett Hanlon near the center court area. Hanlon right side of the lane, tried to pass. It got to Patrick Deneen somehow, and he throws it up no good. And rebounding action, Antonio Jones brings it down. 35-29. Carlos Ribeiro at the point. Looking things over, here's Alex Kershaw. One of the few times that Papalambros is not on the court. Here is Ribeiro trying to bounce pass on the wing, and McLean's going to get there and drive it up and in. Thomas McLean.
Looks like Curry's starting to figure out that zone a little bit. They ran a nice little overload that time.
Ball gets in the hands finally of Josh Hofelder between the circles for Salve. Up by a 4-point margin, 35-31, with 2 minutes remaining. Hanlon on a high post to Jeff Bielefeld. Back to Hanlon, 3-point range. Doesn't like it there. Gets it over here to Patrick Deneen. He'll take a 3-point jumper, in and out. Fight for the rebound, owned by Curry's Alex Kershaw. Chance for the Colonels to pull closer. In the hands of Alex Kershaw again. Left-hander down the lane, drives, dishes it down low, drops it for Preziosi, double team to Kershaw. Kershaw is blocked by Jeff Bielefeld. Oh, he gets up there. Now the ball is knocked away from behind,
Oh.
but Bielefeld ends up with it and puts in a left-handed layup.
Well, that's an impact play on both ends of the floor for Jeff Bielefeld.
Right place, right time for Mr. Bielefeld. 37-31 Salve. 1:20 to go in the first half. Kershaw goes in the right corner to Antonio Jones, who takes a three and misses. Long rebound comes down to Preziosi. He gets it back to Ribeiro. He takes a three, misses it. Right for the rebound comes down to Barrett Hanlon. Hanlon on the run, in the middle, top of the circle. Flips it to Jeff Bielefeld, left side of the lane, puts it up and in. Bielefeld, another strong move. 39-31, Salve up by 8. We're into the final minute. Right corner shot, no good. Rebound opposite side, Deneen. Patrick up court gets bumped into by Thomas McLean. That'll put Patrick on the line for 2 free throws.
Well, Curry's been living and dying by the three-point shot the last few possessions, but Salve on the back of Jeff Bielefeld has really put on a nice little run here to close out this half.
McLean's third personal foul for Curry. At the line is Patrick Deneen looking to finish it off. Patrick with 6 points so far in the first half. Puts the first one up around and no good with the double bonus situation here. Eric McKinnon comes back for Salve, so does Scott St. Lawrence. Evan Lerner sits down. And so does Josh Holfelder. One more here for Patrick Deneen. 44.8 seconds remaining in the half. Sneaking in there when I wasn't looking was Kyler Bucano from the Bronx for Curry. Patrick's second free throw doesn't make it. He missed them both. 39-31. 41 seconds to go. Ribeiro between the circles. Looking things over. Antonio Jones now out in that left wing. Jones to the foul line. Lost his dribble. Ball came loose. Bielefeld with the steal. Up to Deneen. Bounce pass to Barrett Hanlon. Throws it up and draws foul from Alex Kershaw. Quick ball movement once the turnover happens, isn't it?
That's what you want to do in a fast break situation. The pass moves faster than a dribble, and they caught Kershaw off guard a little bit with that quick little pass down there. And Barrett's got his first chance for some points.
A couple of free throws here from Barrett Hanlon. First one is good. Barrett shooting at 73% from the line. Papalambros is back for Curry, and Josh Furmeister is going to come in and play the last 25 seconds of the first half. Much to the pleasure of the crowd on hand. It's filling up the bleachers. A packed house for this one, by the way. Josh Furmeister getting that applause. Free throw is good. Rattled home by Barrett Hanlon. 41-31 is the Salve lead as they deflect the inbounds pass. Kyler Bucano trying to make it. And gets it to Ribeiro. Double team. And a foul in the backcourt committed there by Salve Regina. Going to put Curry on the line.
And you don't want to do that right now with a 10-point lead and you had a trapping situation. You don't want to reach when you get beat like that.
So it'll be a 1-on-1 situation here for Stephen O'Neal. And for Salve Regina, in comes John King, the Prout School product for Scott St. Lawrence. Also in, despite his shoulder injury, is Alex Pratt for the final few seconds of the first half. At the line, Stephen O'Neal, 1-on-1 for Curry. And it is no good. And a rebound for John King.
And look for Salve now with 15 seconds to go to take the last shot.
See if they can set up Josh Furmeister or John King for something. Furmeister can shoot a three, even though he's 6'6". Hanlon's going to drive right to the hoop. Tried to dish it off, had it stolen away. Pass down court for Papalandros. And he'll put one up around and no good, but Eric McKinnon thought he made a clean block, but he got called for the foul. And that'll put Papalambros at the line with 1.9 seconds to go in the first half, and it'll be a two-shot situation here for Papalambros.
And Coach Foster can't be happy with that. You know, with a 10-point lead and the ball, you don't want to walk in the locker room any less than 10 points ahead.
First free throw is good for Lambros Papalambros, who, by the way, shoots free throws at 81%. He comes out of Quincy. All-conference player, first team last year. Probably the same this year. Second free throw is good. 41-33. 1.9 seconds left. McKinnon has it. Got time for a shot. Up, didn't get it off in time. Wouldn't have counted. So it's 41-33 Salve at halftime. Earlier, the Salve women were victorious, beating Curry by a score of 70-57. The Salve men own a 41-33 advantage at the half. We'll be talking to Corey Hughes, the Salve head coach, and see how she feels about that first game right after we take this timeout on WADK and WADK.com.
The Money Pit Home Improvement Show, Sundays at 3 on WADK.
What do we got? Midtown and
Newport's
ITZ
meets Newport's.
Okay.
That would finish
Midtown
off
Oyster
the half,
Bar.
right?
This is a whole new level of
far as
dining.
going around
As
one
a matter
time.
of fact, your place to gather with friends. Open every
Yeah, because we have the used enterprise. Yep.
Tuesday evening from 5 to 7 for their champagne and shells. Buy a glass of champagne and receive 3 oysters. Buy a bottle of champagne and receive a dozen oysters. Lunch is served every day from noon to 4. Dinner is served daily 4 to 10 and until 11 Fridays and Saturdays. There's live entertainment every
He coached at Portsmouth High School, and he's a really nice
on
guy.
the web, MidtownOysterBar.com. In the Zone Baseball Club, the place to get better, period. Now's the time to check out ITZ's unbeatable membership plan, which allows players to hit
Can you touch
every
it?
day at this area's most state-of-the-art 12,000 square foot facility. ITZ's private instruction comes from area high school and college coaches, as well as professional players. Plus, there are camps and clinics for all ages. Program rental bookings are being taken now for the winter months. Call now to get locked in if you have a preferred night, time slot, or cage
Did you guys get more
combination
colorful
request.
in the footwear?
In the Zone is open to the
This is
public
pretty
for
boring.
batting cage or bullpen rental, as well as other specific programs to get players ready for their 2014 seasons. Check out the Pro Shop that sells Major League Baseball certified wood bats, along with a wide variety of Newport Gulls and Newport Junior Gulls apparel. In the Zone Baseball Club, Airport Road, Fall River, right off Route 24. Phone 508-677-3200. For more info, go to itzbaseball.org.
All right, we're back at halftime here at the Rogers Recreation Center. Salve leading Curry in the men's game 41-33. Earlier, the Salve women were victorious as they beat Curry 70-57. And joining us now, head coach Corey Hughes with their captains or seniors. We'll get to them. Let's get to you. All right, I'm looking at my score sheet here, Coach. 16-6 to start the game.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking we better start putting some shots up and get some points on the board and take care of the ball. We actually had some turnovers in the beginning that really hurt us. We didn't even get a shot at the basket. I think we're a little bit out of sorts, but we got it together, played a little bit better defense.
Well, listen, Mike and I both made the same observation. You called a timeout, you talked to them, they came out of the timeout, and all of a sudden there was a fire in their eyes going up and down the court. I don't know whether is it maybe your incredibly effective words, but something happened that for the rest of the first half, they just took a whole new tempo to the game.
I got a little bit agitated and may have used some colorful language. In our defense, we were getting beat on cuts across our chest, cuts across the belly. It was driving me crazy because every single day in practice, we work on jumping towards the pass and stopping cutters, and we would just let them cut anywhere they wanted to. And not so many nice words, I told them they better start to do that, and they really did. I mean, they buckled down. I thought we really started making them go places they didn't want to go. We beat them to spots. We did a better job rotating. I think we made some adjustments at halftime as well as far as defending three-point shooters and defending screens, and did a really great job and helped from the right spot so we didn't leave shooters open. So I think we just made some defensive adjustments, and it led to a lot of great offensive opportunities for us.
And even so, it took a while for you. And it was pretty late in the second half before you ran off about 7 points to make it instead of a 2-point game. 62-53. So it took a while. Even they just stayed with you. They were pesky.
They have good players. I mean, you have players on that team that can fill up the basket and good three-point shooters. He does a wonderful job spreading out their offense, so it's difficult to defend inside and out. And they took advantage of that. I mean, you can't take away from Curry the fact that they have a lot of really talented players, and we just had to step up and play better than they did.
Well, you did, and I think Megan Harden had a little bit to do with that.
Yeah, feeling under the weather today, by the way.
Oh, is she really?
Not feeling very well, and so I think she started out very slowly, and we kind of expected that, but I think everybody knows we can't win without Megan Harden. But she showed up. She refocused and started taking care of the basketball. I mean, she was a culprit with a couple of those first turnovers, and she needed to toughen up a little bit, and she did. I mean, she played great.
She did. All right, let's talk to this trio over here. Sorry to interrupt your texting. Come closer, my cord's not long enough.
Sorry.
Let's talk about the game itself, Marissa. Things did not go well for you early on. Was there anything that you felt pressure-wise that, things are not going well, I'm getting panicky or anything like that? Or
No, I didn't feel panicked at all. I knew, we were just probably emotions were high because of the senior game. And I knew once we'd settle down, we'd play our game. And sure enough, we did. And then we came out with the W.
You amaze me. All right, I should be used to it. It's been going on for 4 years. You and your double-doubles. I mean, it's like nobody is to deny you of this rebound or that rebound, and you play a very good, solid low-post game. Is that something, you must take a lot of personal pride in your ability to come through like that?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but it's just in my nature. I'm just really aggressive and want the ball. I don't know what else to say. It's how I am.
Is it possible for you to go through life without a face guard on?
I hope. I hate that thing. I can't wait to get rid of it.
All right, let me get Winwer over here. Senior that you are, kiddo. This is it. How does that feel? Is that an emotional thing for you? A happy, sad? How do you feel about this senior thing?
It's a lot of different emotions. I didn't have the type of career Marissa or Lisa did here, so I don't know. I'm ready to move on. Basketball will always be a big part of my life, but definitely sad. I really enjoyed playing here for Salve, especially playing with these two. They're more than just teammates to me, so it's been a pleasure being able to be on the court with them today.
I made it a point to tell the vast listening audience that Taylor Winwer has yet to miss a free throw. I think, I know that doesn't probably mean a whole lot to you, but I think you are one of those kind of quiet leaders. You want to jump up and down kind of leader, right? Am I reading you right here?
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot to be said for somebody who can be like that and still be a leader and get the respect of your teammates and have a little fun along the way.
Definitely.
Maybe. Yeah? Wow.
Do the best I can.
Well, you do it very well. And then there's this Lisa Bucci character.
Hi.
How you doing, Bucci?
Good, how are you?
How do you feel playing in this your senior game?
It's so bittersweet. It's going to be really hard to leave all the girls and these two. It's just really hard. Because went from field hockey and I didn't really feel it then because I still had basketball, but now it's kind of hitting me that college career is coming to an end, so it's hard.
I would imagine. Hey, Corey, come in here for a second. Mike and I were noticing in the first half when things weren't going too well, this one here was doing some good things, making some key passes, and she's had good moments. She's had not so good moments. But this is a good one to have around.
When things were going wrong, Lisa Bucci did keep us right in it. She made some great defensive plays. She certainly did a good job taking care of the ball, setting up the offense. She kept things together while we were trying to figure stuff out because I think we were a little bit lost in the first, 10 minutes of that half anyway. And she was kind of, ironically, because I always tell her she needs to calm down, she was the calming factor, I felt. Like she really made good decisions and made good defensive plays and kept us in it. So we had an opportunity to overcome the deficit that we had made.
So the question is, who is this person disguised as Lisa Bucci? Calm down. Are you kidding?
It's when I don't eat a lot of sugar.
And once you're gone, who's going to sing all the song lyrics after you're gone?
Oh, I'm sure there'll be a few of them that do that.
Give me some insight into Lisa Bucci. What is she really like, Marissa?
Lisa? I can't say too much.
Can't say too much?
No, but she's very loud, energetic, always positive, though. Yeah, she is. She's a very good friend, and I'm happy to call her one of my best friends.
That's cool. Hey, Taylor, what about the fact that you have to play Curry in like 3 more days all over again. Is it bad that you got the exact same team in the playoffs?
I don't know if I would say bad, but it is definitely tough to beat a team 3 times in one season. So I think if we really get after it in practice on Monday and work at the things we didn't do as well today, we should be good to go come Tuesday.
Oh, I hope so. You guys are so much fun to watch.
Thank you.
I never get tired of it. I don't know what I'm going to do without you. And you are just incredible. It's a great trio. It was a good win. I hope things go well for you Tuesday night. Keep it going, okay? Thanks, ladies. Corey, thank you very much. Good luck Tuesday. Okay. Corey Hughes, her 3 captains. Lisa Bucci, Marissa Pendergast, and Taylor Winward. Mr. Lunny, shall we glance at what's been going on in the first half? You got some numbers in front of you?
Yes, we do.
Let me get this microphone out of my way before I trip and choke myself. Ready then.
Well, the first thing is you look at Curry's numbers and 0 for 9 from the 3-point line. And so that stat definitely jumps out at us. Salve's got the edge in rebounding, 23-18 at this point. But Jeff Bielefeld, 16 points in the first half.
6 of 7 from the floor.
6 of 7 from the floor. And really, when he came out of the game, it was a very evident that Salve didn't have an inside game. And once he got back in there, they started getting back into it, and that's where they made that run at the end of the half. But what I think Salve's got to do in the second half is Papalambros is just getting loose right now, and I think they got to do a little bit better job of getting the ball out of his hands. He moves well without the ball, but they got to take a team approach to try to get the ball out of his hands, because he's got 12 points in the first half, and if you look at everyone else, no one else is really hurting them. So I think they got to do a much better job on him in the second half, and I think they can extend this lead.
8 points for Matt Russell. The big man down low has 4 of 4 on the floor. And after that, it's just 4 points apiece for a couple of guys. Not much going on there. Salve, after Jeff Bielefeld, 16. You got Josh Holfelder with 8. And 6 points for Patrick Deneen, but then not a lot going on after that as well. Shooting percentages, Salve 50%. That's good. Curry 40%. The turnovers, only 3 for Curry. Even though Salve's defense has been pretty aggressive. 6 turnovers for the Seahawks. So,
well, another stat that kind of jumps out from Salve's side is Barrett Hanlon. He got his first points late in the half on 2 free throws. So, obviously he's got to have a better second half for Salve. But I don't think Coach Foster was happy with the way that half ended. Up 10 with the ball, turned it over, and then ended up letting Curry get 2 points to get down to 8 points at halftime. So the first few minutes of this half is going to be very telling.
Barrett Hanlon is the number 2 scorer in the conference, averaging 18 points a game. And he's had a very quiet first half, as Mike pointed out, just 2 points. And those 2 points have come on free throws. So we'll look to see if Barrett gets more involved. Watch out for Patrick Deneen. He's Mr. Second Half frequently. Now, whether or not they need him to be Mr. Second Half would be another question. And whether or not Curry can find a way to quiet down Jeff Bielefeld is also a factor. Well, we'll see what happens. So I think primarily it's Bielefeld, Papalambros.
That's right.
If the opposing team finds a way to shut down those aspects, then it will be interesting to see what the adjustments are.
Well, Bielefeld, it's interesting because the foul line area is it seems like Papalambros and Bielefeld are both very, very comfortable in that high post foul line area when they get the ball. They're very tough to guard. Obviously, Bielefeld taking the ball off the dribble, getting ahead of steam going to the basket. He's been very effective, and with Papalambros, it's just those little short jump shots that he's able to get loose on. So you're right. I think in the second half, it's going to be a one-on-one battle between those 2 guys.
Well, it was tight all the way through the first half. We were tied at 27 when Salve began to take control. And from that point on, 27-all, they have outscored Curry by a margin of 14-6 to take this 41-33 advantage here going into the second half. Again, Salve, with a 10-7 record, is going to be in the playoffs next Tuesday night. The question is, will they be at home? And they will be if they win this game. They could still be at home even if they lose this game, but life would be so much simpler if they just went into the win column from this one this afternoon. On the other hand, Curry is not going to go anywhere. Their record is, let's see, 4-13 coming into this game. But they've been playing them tough. They've been playing all the top teams tough.
Yeah, they are. You can see, I think defensively you can see they're very aggressive ball defenders. They're big inside. And, it's going to be a tough test for Salve in the second half.
All right, both teams getting ready to go. As we said, Salve women won the first game 70-57. Megan Harden with 25 points, 7 rebounds. Brianna Del Valle, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Marissa Pendergast, 12 points, 15 rebounds. Another one of those great games. So Brianna and Marissa are such a great tandem down low.
Yeah, they were really fun to watch, and hopefully they go deep into the playoffs again this year.
All right, Salve will put its starting unit out there, which is Barrett Hanlon, Josh Holfelder, Nick Bates, Patrick Deneen, and Jeff Bielefeld. Curry looks like they'll go with their starters as well, even though Thomas McLean is out there with 3 personals. And he'll be joined by Matt Russell and Carlos Ribeiro. Papalambros is there, and Antonio Jones. Salve with the ball, starting the second half. Nick Bates trying to go down the lane, and is going to be called for an offensive foul. And if that is the case, and it is, Nick Bates just picked up his 3rd personal.
He just kind of lowered his shoulder on the dribble that time, and not a lot of contact, but still a foul.
Curry gets it back. They go right to left here in this second half. Antonio Jones has it on the left wing, guarded by Bates. They go up high to Thomas McLean. Now Papalandros trying to cut into the lane to start off for the moment anyway. So he stops, and he pops, and he misses. And a rebound comes down to Nick Bates. Here comes Salve on the run. Left to right comes Barrett Hanlon. Hanlon with a bounce pass to Josh Holfelder out deep. Goes to Patrick Deneen to a cutting Barrett Hanlon for an easy layup. What a pass from Patrick Deneen.
Well, Patrick kind of set that play up by looking at Bielefeld in the high post and caught Hanlon cutting on the back door.
Antonio Jones has it on that right wing now for Curry. Looking at Cutters. Now gives it up high to Thomas McLean. He gives it off to Ribeiro. It's going to take a 3, and that's going to be good. Carlos Ribeiro.
Well, it's Curry's first 3 of the game.
As Mike pointed out, 3s were few and far between in the first half for Curry College. Bielefeld to the high post there, holding on to the ball, guarded by McLean. Gives it up to Barrett Hanlon, right side of the lane. Second effort, doesn't get it there, but a nice dish to Bielefeld, and he'll get fouled. As he was fouled on the floor, he won't get shots with this one.
Great vision by Barrett Hanlon that time. He got caught up in the air. I thought he was going to end up turning it over, but he saw Bielefeld cut to the basket.
Carlos Ribeiro just committed his first foul. Deneen puts it in play to Nick Bates. They work it around the perimeter and get it over here on the left side of Hanlon. Back to Holfelder. Fakes the 3. Gets inside the arc. Takes the jumper. In and out. Salve 43. Curry 36. Early second half. Antonio Jones shuts off his own drive and gives it up to Papalambros. In the left corner to Antonio Jones. Trying to get down low to Matt Russell. Stolen by Jeff Bielefeld. To Barrett Hanlon. On the wing it goes to Nick Bates. Trying to go right side, and he lays it up and in.
Nice hesitation move.
Nick Bates gets it done. Barrett Hanlon started the break. 45-36, Salve with the lead. Papalambros with the ball. Deneen on him. Now it's out high to Thomas McLean. McLean looking, waiting, goes into the corner. And there's Ribeiro for a 3. No, way off the mark. Deneen with the rebound. Runs right into Ribeiro, but manages to somehow save the possession and then lose it. He was just never in control.
He's just tried to do a little too much on that play, and he probably should have just jump stopped and looked ahead. He had 3 people on him. Had to have people open ahead of him.
All right, here come the Colonels again. 45-36, they trail by 9. Eric McKinnon getting ready to come in for Salve. And here is Papalambros with a jumper. No, back rimmed it. Rebound comes down to Lambros. Ball's loose, though. He can't quite hang on to it. And finally, Nick Bates comes away with it. Barrett Hanlon at the other end. Right in front of the Salve bench. Now brings it out to reset. Hanlon with a left-hand dribble. Dishes it off on the wing to Patrick Deneen. Deneen goes down low to Bielefeld. Bielefeld doesn't do anything. Deneen's going to take a 3. No. Off the front rim. Ribeiro gets the ball up in a hurry to Papalambros. Tries to go on the right side, and Jeff Bielefeld tried for the block and committed the foul.
Well, Patrick did a nice job that time. I mean, it was really a good foul because Papalembros is going to get an easy basket, and he got caught out of position, and better make him earn it from the free throw line.
Yeah, Patrick Deneen called for that foul, not Jeff Bielefeld. Second on Patrick. Papalembros at the line where he shoots better than 80%, getting a couple right here. Wearing his fluorescent pink sneakers. Gets the first of two. Here's Eric McKinnon, and Nick Bates will sit down. Nick has 3 personals. And Lambros Papalembros from Quincy, Mass., 6'4" senior, steps to the line to shoot one more. And it's on the way, and it's good. 45-38 is the Salve lead. Ribeiro waiting for Barrett Hanlon at midcourt. Barrett dribbles his way by him. Gives it up cross court to Eric McKinnon. In the right corner goes to Josh Hofelder. Down the low post to Deneen. Back to Hofelder. Back to Deneen. Deneen turns, spins in the lane, gets blocked from behind, and Jeff Bielefeld gets it over to Josh Hofelder. Eric McKinnon down the left side of the lane. Has it blocked, and a foul is going to be called on Matt Russell, much to his disbelief. No, it's not Matt Russell. Don't worry, Matt, it's not on you. Looks like it might be on Lambros. And it is. Papalembros guilty of the contact to put Eric McKinnon on the line. Eric out of Southeastern Mass. Well, he's 5 of 9 in the free throw department this year. He just put the first one home. Get him one more. Eric McKinnon, a junior. Shoots threes at 34% and almost 40% in the conference. Hits both free throws. Pass comes into Antonio Jones, and they'll work it up against the pressure. Matt Russell waiting for help. Ribeiro's going to go right to the hoop and be blocked. Beautiful job by Barrett Hanlon. Patrick Deneen the other way, behind the back with a dribble. Drifts it off on the wing. Corner 3 from McKinnon. No good. Rebound underneath. Jeff Bielefeld can't get it to go. Battling with his own teammate for the rebound. And finally it comes down to Antonio Jones. Papalembros ends up with it. Drives right down the lane. Doesn't get it to go. And Salve has the rebound. Up and down the court we go. Barrett Hanlon flips it over to Patrick Deneen. Had an easy layup but got fouled by Thomas McLean. And Patrick will go to the line.
Nice no-look pass by Barrett Hanlon that time, getting the defender to think he was going right. Saw Patrick slash into the basket on the left side. But what a rebound on that last possession by Bielefeld.
I know.
Boy, he gets off the ground fast.
Patrick Deneen will step to the line to shoot a couple here. That was the 4th personal foul on Tom McLean. First one for Deneen is good. McLean will sit down, and Alex Kershaw will come on for the Colonels. Patrick Deneen, 64% free throw shooter on the season. Oh, that's the second half one. And his second free throw is good. 49-38. Pressure applied by Salve, but now they back off of it as Antonio Jones brings it up court. Here's Ribeiro. Carlos Ribeiro trying to go down the lane, got shut off. Gives it up to Antonio Jones for a 3. No, rolls around and off. Bielefeld hauls it in. Gets it up to Patrick Deneen. Deneen goes cross court to Eric McKinnon. Does not take the 3 this time in the left corner. Bielefeld will give it up to Patrick Deneen and let him work it. Back to Jeff. Left side of the lane, goes into the lane, turns, spins, and can't get it to go. And going to be called a foul on Carlos Ribeiro as Bielefeld was spinning into the lane. That'll even get a couple of shots for the senior captain. Started the season with the Fu Manchu, shaved it off for about midseason. It's back.
I don't know if there are any fans of Sons of Anarchy out there, but he kind of looks like he'd fit right into that show.
First free throw for Jeff is no good. 6'4" senior out of Littleton, Mass. 67% at the free throw line this year. He's got one more. Salve's lead is 49-38 right now. Jeff's second free throw is good. And again, the pressure applied by Salve, full court, and Jones gets it into Alex Kershaw. Gives it up on the wing to Antonio Jones, and he drives right into Jeff Bielefeld, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Bielefeld. An official standing right at the bottom of the basket made no call whatsoever, and the guy who was about 3/4 up the court made a foul call.
Yeah, to me that was a no call. I don't think there was enough contact to make that judgment, especially from behind like that.
That was an interesting call, to say the least, against Jeff Bielefeld, his second personal.
And that gets Coach Forster to take off his jacket, so he's a little bit heated on this one.
Antonio Jones is at the line, and he's going to shoot a couple right here. First one is good, and he'll get one more. Antonio Jones shoots free throws at 77%. Out of Dorchester, he's averaging 15 points a game. And one more here for Antonio. And this one is also good. 50-40. Here's Barrett Hanlon bringing the ball up court with that left-handed dribble of his. Works it across here to Patrick Deneen. Back to Barrett. Left side, baseline. Deneen on the wing, goes to Deneen. They work it around. McKinnon for a three. Bang! Well, Eric McKinnon.
Credit Patrick Deneen on that one, too, for making that one extra pass to set up that jump shot.
At the other end, Antonio Jones goes right to the hoop, lays it up softly, and it drops home. Good aggressive move there by Antonio Jones. Patrick Deneen drops it to Jeff Bielefeld. Left side of the lane, puts it up and in. Jeff Bielefeld right back at the hoop.
Strong take.
55-42. He loves working that low post area. Here's a three from Jones. No good. Rebound, Patrick Deneen on the weak side. Gets it in the hands of Barrett Hanlon. Hanlon gives it up to Deneen. Right side to Bielefeld. Back out high to Josh Hofelder. Barrett Hanlon wanted to drive, got it shut off, goes back in the corner, and almost had it stolen away by Papalambros, but it'll be Salve ball right in front of their own bench. Josh Hofelder will get a rest. Scott St. Lawrence will come in. And Eric McKinnon's going to put it in play right in front of his bench. To our right. Barrett Hanlon with it now. Waiting for things to get set up between the circles. Right side of the lane. Goes all the way down the lane and can't get it to go. But some contact there as Barrett made his drive, and he'll get two. And the foul is on Carlos Ribeiro.
I've been very impressed with Barrett in how he hasn't gotten frustrated by his lack of scoring production, but on that drive he got his head and shoulder by his defender and knew he could attack the basket and got to the free throw line.
Barrett gets a couple of free throws here. First one's on the way and no good. Barrett Hanlon, 73% from the line on the season, has been struggling this afternoon in that department. Can we get the whole stats up there?
Sure thing.
Seeing who's got what points and all that kind of stuff there. Second free throw is also no good. And this one will go off of Salve. And it will be Curry ball. Barrett Hanlon now is 2 for 3. That's not right in the free throw department. It's worse than that. Up the other way, Patrick Deneen makes a steal from behind Antonio Jones. To Barrett Hanlon, underneath, intended for St. Lawrence. He flips it over to Bielefeld, almost had it stolen away. Fighting to get it back, does. Bounce pass to Deneen in the corner for a three. Patrick Deneen!
Scrappy play by Bielefeld, too. He got the ball knocked away and came up with it. Got it out to Deneen for the three.
58-42. I'm losing my papers over here, Mr. Tony. I got you. Got a foul called on Salve. Pick that up in a second. Players are flying by me here.
Yeah.
Barrett Hanlon's going to get a rest. Tommy Keys is back in. Nick Bates is returning as well. And Eric McKinnon will sit down. It'll be Curry ball. Well, McKinnon was guilty of the foul there. That's his third. All right, here's Alex Kershaw, right wing for Curry College. Gives it up now to Preziosi. Paul Prezioso's back. Preziosi, rather. Here's Papalambros. Stops. Pops. Yes, Papalambros. Oh, he's a good player.
Great individual effort. Patrick Deneen played great defense on that play, too, and he made the shot anyway.
Tommy Keys in to work the point. Barrett Hanlon gets a rest. Here's Scott St. Lawrence in the corner. Nick Bates pops it up to Bielefeld. Out to Tommy Keys. Tommy Keys, foul line. Stops. Shoots. No. Rebound. Batted around. Comes down to Papalambros. 58-44. Salve on top. A lot of time remaining. 13 plus. Papalambros, right side, left side of the lane. Stops. Takes another jumper and banks it home. He can hit from anywhere. And in a one-man fashion, he's bringing Curry back into this game. Scott St. Lawrence with it out high up to Nick Bates. Bates working high. Now to Bielefeld. Dishes it back on the wing to Scott St. Lawrence, and he's going to be called for the charge. He lowered that shoulder and easily was called for the charging violation.
You know, sometimes you force the ball where it shouldn't go. And that time St. Lawrence got an offensive charge, and now Curry's got a chance to cut it back to 10.
Sure, 58-46 as Jordan Vieira's in there at the point right now for Curry. Here's Alex Kershaw back to Vieira, right side of the lane. Nothing there, backs it off, gives it to Papalambros. Lambros in three-point range will take the three. Yes! Nobody challenged that one at all. Timeout has been called. It's a full timeout. Salve's lead has gone from 16 points down to 9. 58-49, 12:36 to go. Back with more on WADK.
Stay connected. Follow us on Twitter, 1540 WADK.
Solution. Corrigan Financial, 849-9313. Visit CorriganFinancialInc.com.
Bob Angel, Mike Lunny with you at Salve Regina University's Rogers Recreation Center. Second half of our Commonwealth Coast Conference doubleheader. Salve women won the openers, 70-57. Salve men lead this one, but they are facing pressure full court right now from Curry as they lead it by a score of 58-49. And that lead has diminished just a bit. Tommy Keys at the point, looking for some help. Gets it down to Bielefeld. Bielefeld goes cross court on the baseline to Nick Bates for a jumper. No good. Rebound Matt Russell. And Tommy Keys reaches in and fouls Matt Russell.
Not a good foul there for Salve. That's 90 feet from the basket.
Sixth personal on Salve, so from here on, Curry's going to be shooting free throws.
Well, Salve back to his own.
With the ball, Kershaw gives it up to Vieira. Jordan Vieira backs it off to Papalambros. Looking for a screen, but gives it up instead to Alex Kershaw. Goes driving and then dishes it off on the wing. Preziosi for a shot. Misses the mark. Batted around and coming down with the rebound is Scott St. Lawrence. Bringing it back up court. Gets it to Bielefeld. Bounce pass right over to Patrick Deneen for a left side layup.
A great pass by Bielefeld. Splitting the defenders.
60-49. Salve with the lead. Curry comes back in a hurry. Papalambros gives it up to Vieira near the center circle area. He works his left side of the lane. Gives it back to Papalambros. Lambros with the ball, guarded by Nick Bates. Gets a screen, doesn't take the shot. Bounce pass goes to Preziosi in the lane. Scoops up a shot, no good. Rebound put up, no good. Battle for, and it goes off a Salve Seahawk. It'll remain Curry ball.
And that Salve zone is starting to slow Papalambros down a little bit. And they're paying extra attention to him out on the perimeter.
Curry trying to put it in play. Papalambros looking for help. Nice little bounce pass and an easy layup results for Jordan Vieira. 9 points. Salve leads 60-51. Curry staying close. Eric McKinnon is in there. He almost threw it away, but he gets it back. Now the ball comes loose. It's on the floor. Jordan Vieira was calling for a timeout to retain the possession, and he got it.
Good timeout there.
Salve getting sloppy here, and one of the reasons is they don't have a good ball handler out there. And Barrett Hanlon sitting on the bench watching all this. First it was Tommy Keys, and then it was Eric McKinnon, and the result, a turnover right here that gives Curry the ball right back.
Yeah. Well, McKinnon got himself in trouble because he got right over the half-court line and picked up his dribble, and you never want to do that when you got a good ball defender. Looks like Barrett Hanlon just checked back in, though, to fix that problem.
Yes, indeed. I think Sean Foster came to the same conclusion I did. So Barrett will come back in. It'll be Curry ball. They're down by 9, only 9, with plenty of time to go. Salve just not able to pull away in this game. They threatened to there for a while. Got it up to 58-42. 16 points, but now it's down to 9, and Curry has the ball. And Ryan Burrell is over there on the other side of the court. Put a uniform on him and get him out there.
He'll close this out, wouldn't he?
He'll close it out. He'll handle the ball.
That's right.
What a sensational career he had at Salve. Good to see him as a spectator, unfortunately, but good to see him nonetheless. Alex Kershaw is going to put it in play right in front of us as Curry looks to chop into that lead some more. Jordan Vieira working the point right now. Almost walked with it, but gave it up. They work it around the perimeter. They give it on that left wing to Papalambros. He gives it back. Vieira goes right side, near steal by Barrett Hanlon. What quick hands he has. But it'll remain Curry ball. Shot clock, plenty of time, 20 seconds. 11 minutes to go in the game. Salve up by 9. Jordan Vieira will start the offense again. Wants to go off to the right side, nothing there. Gives it up to Preziosi. Prezioso shut up. Gives it back, and it's Vieira with it now. With 8 seconds on the shot clock. Pass is stolen away by Jeff Bielefeld, but it's caroming into the hands of Vieira. Misses the short. No, it drops in. It bounced around and fell in for Jordan Vieira. Lucky Colonels right there. Hanlon with the ball for Salve. Down to Eric McKinnon. Nice pass down low. Double pump fake by Scott St. Lawrence. Trying to get the ball back. It's on the floor. And in the fight for the rebound, this will be tied up and we'll have a jump ball called. As Matt Russell and Scott St. Lawrence got tied up, and it will be an alternate possession rule to Curry. Now a little question here. The officials say it's going Curry's way. So Sean Foster was questioning it, but it will be Curry ball, and that means they get a chance to chop that lead down even more. 60-53. Right to left go the Colonels. Papalambros with it right now, out high. Right side, it goes to Alex Kershaw for a 3, and he is fouled in the three-point shooting by Scott St. Lawrence, and Alex is going to go to the line to shoot 3 free throws, and Scott has had himself a tough afternoon here. Not much going right for Scott St. Lawrence. Now Alex Kershaw can really chop into that lead if he can hit these 3 free throws. Alex is a 56% free throw shooter. He's a 6'3" sophomore out of Boston. Left-hander. First free throw's on the way, and no good. He's got 2 more. Antonio Jones ready to come back in for the Colonels. And Josh Holfelder will come back for Salve. Second free throw. Front rim, no good.
And St. Lawrence is thinking right now, this wasn't a bad foul.
Guess so. Scott St. Lawrence, by the way, has 4 personal fouls. 1 more here for Alex Kershaw. Lefty gets himself ready. Third one's on the way, and no good. He missed them all.
Redemption.
60-53. Salve's lead is 7. Barrett Hanlon comes across the timeline, gets it back. Back to Nick Bates on that left wing. Bates almost gave it away, and he did give it away. Tried to do a crossover dribble, and Alex Kershaw deflected it.
A little careless with the basketball right there. That's not what Salve needs right now.
Papalambros comes back now over the center circle, between the circles. Goes to Kershaw on the right wing. Back to Papalambros. Free throw line. Bounce pass to Antonio Jones. Jumper. Yes, on the wing. Lead is down to 5. Barrett Hanlon back the other way. Gives it off and throws it away right to Papalambros, and Eric McKinnon will foul him. And that'll be the 4th on Eric, and we'll put Papalambros at the line, shooting 1-1.
That's about 3 possessions in a row now that Salve hasn't even gotten a ball on the rim. You turn it over like that, and then you just, the momentum shifts so fast. And they're doing a good job on Papalambros right now, but now other guys are starting to step up and score for Curry.
Papalambros 4 of 4 at the free throw line this afternoon. Puts the first one up and hits the front end, so he'll get another. He has 22 points in the game. He is 8 of 14 from the floor. Also has 5 rebounds. 1 more here. Curry can pull within 3. And they do. 60-57. Carlos Ribeiro is back, and Papalambros gets a little bit of a rest.
Well, they're going to give him a little bit of a breather for that last run.
Inbounds pass finally finds its way to Barrett Hanlon. And Hanlon will come across the timeline. Picked up by Antonio Jones. Hanlon looking to work on the left side of the lane. Gives it up instead to Nick Bates, the freshman with it now. Drives down the lane and lost it going in, but somebody slapped at him and fouled at him. And it's going to be Alex Kershaw, the guilty party. And it will put Nick Bates on the line. He thought he was going to get some free throws, but it was not in the shooting motion. It's the 6th personal on Curry. 4 personals on Alex Kershaw. Eric McKinnon to put it in play. Flips it out to Josh Hofelder. Over to Jeff Bielefeld, now to Barrett Hanlon. To Eric McKinnon for a 3. No, front rim. Ran Hanlon with a rebound. Had it taken away by Alex Kershaw. Kershaw's on the run against Jeff Bielefeld and puts it up around no good, and Hanlon grabs the rebound. And in a pass attempt, Barrett got fouled, and that will put him on the line.
And Matt Russell didn't agree with that call, but definitely reached in.
Matt Russell, guilty party, commits his 3rd personal and puts Barrett Hanlon on the line, shooting 1 and 1. Salve's lead is down to 3. As Curry has scored 8 unanswered points here and has been on a bit of a run here of 15-2 to get back in this game. Barrett Hanlon, who struggled at the free throw line in this game. Barrett so far is 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Has only 4 points and looking for a couple right here as he shoots 1 and 1. Need to hit some free throws here. And Barrett gets the first one. That took a round the world trip. Front rim, back rim, around the side, and in.
Looked a little tentative on that one. Let's see if that can give him a little confidence that seeing that ball go in the basket.
First point in a while there for Salve, who's had a very quiet stretch here. Second one's way off the mark. Short on it. 61-57. Salve's lead is 4. Carlos Ribeiro with the ball, brings it across the center line, goes left side to Alex Kershaw. Kershaw on the left wing, brings it out high to Paul Preziosi. Preziosi is going to try to do something as Josh Hofelder fell down, but it goes to Antonio Jones for a jumper, misses the mark, and on the floor, it's going to come down in the hands of Nick Bates.
And with Papalambros on the bench, Salve switches back to man-to-man.
Sean Foster is going to call a full timeout to talk things over with 8:37 to go. Salve is up 61-57. We'll be back with more on WADK and WADK.com.
Portsmouth's information station, 1540 WADK.
Gives it up to Jeff Bielefeld. Back to Barrett. Wants to go right side. Stops on the wing. Where a jumper. Yes, Barrett Hanlon. He needed that one. Fall away jumper on the baseline.
He sure did. And I think Sean wanted the ball in his hands on that time, trying to give him some confidence to finish off this game.
Papalambros is back in the game. He gives it up to Preziosi. He's going to take a 3 and hit it. Paul Preziosi did not hesitate. 63-60. Back come the Seahawks with Barrett Hanlon in charge. Drops it to a high post to Josh Hofelder. Back to Hanlon. Left side of the lane. Wants to go to the basket. Puts it up. Doesn't get a roll. Rebound Antonio Jones. Here comes Curry with a chance to tie or pull within 1. Antonio Jones straight away. Deep. Gives it up to Papalambros. Holding the ball. Waiting for cutters. Guarded by McKinnon. Lambros with a crossover dribble. Drives and will be fouled by Eric McKinnon. I think that's 5 on Eric. We'll double check when it goes up.
Yep.
It is. Eric is done. Papalambros will go to the line to shoot a couple, and Eric McKinnon has to sit down with his 5 personals.
It was good recognition by Curry on that play. Knowing it was man-to-man, they got the ball to Papalambros on the left wing and isolated him. And, boy, he's tough to guard one-on-one.
He's got all kinds of moves. Very smooth, very smart. Patrick Deneen comes back in. McKinnon sits down. And at the line is Papalambros.
Free throw rebound, go.
Shooting a pair of free throws, which he does very well at 80+%. First one's on the way, and that one's good. So he's now 7 of 7 at the free throw line as he continues to pile on the points here. 23. Oh, maybe he's 6 of 6. Did they already post it? Second one is good. 63-62. Barrett Hanlon brings it back. Salve's lead is down to 1. Hanlon gets it into the hands of Patrick Deneen. Deneen to Jeff Bielefeld, top of the key. Nick Bates for a jumper. That's off the mark. Rebound for Thomas McLean, who's back in the game with his 4 personals. Papalambros coming back the other way. Goes right, drives into the basket, and charges into Jeff Bielefeld. Jeff saw him coming, got himself set, and made the big play.
Absolutely. And Papalambros, that time, he got a little bit out of control going to the basket. He probably should have stopped, either shot the ball or gave it up.
Not often you'll see Papalambros do something like that, ill-conceived, but he made the mistake, and Jeff Bielefeld made him pay. Salve with a 1-point lead gets the ball back. Josh Holfelder has it up high. Nick Bates now between the circles. Right side of Barrett Hanlon fakes the 3. Drops it down for Bielefeld against McLean. Pump fakes, puts it up, and can't get it to go. Put back by Nick Bates.
That's a smart play by Salve. They had such a hard time scoring. You got to go down low so you can get an easy one or maybe get fouled. Put the ball in the hands of Bielefeld, and that's a good idea.
Up 3 now are the Seahawks. Here are the Colonels now, Curry College. Antonio Jones gives it up to Thomas McLean. McLean back to Antonio Jones, always a 3-point threat. Drives baseline and puts his shoulder down and drives into Nick Bates.
Oh, and Nick got hit in the head, falling back on that play, hit his teammate's knee. They better get him checked out. I think that's you never want to fool around with a head injury.
Nick walking up court slowly.
Yeah.
Seems okay. Trainer's ready to go out there to help him, but he'll stay on his own out there.
Open.
All right, Salve with the lead and the ball, 65-62 after the charging foul on Antonio Jones, his first personal foul. Josh Holfelder out high, gives it back to Barrett Hanlon, right side of the lane, drives right up and in. What a terrific move by Barrett Hanlon.
Boy, did he elevate too. He got off right near the rim on that play.
Right side of the basket, he put it up left-handed.
Left-handed, that's right.
Antonio Jones with it in 3-point range, right side. Gives it out high to Preziosi. Preziosi goes down the right side of the lane, scoops up the shot, no good. Ball's on the floor. Patrick Deneen's going to come away with it. Patrick looking up court, gets it to Nick Bates, and makes a nice move, rolls it up left-handed, can't get it to go. Patrick Deneen saves the rebound, and Salve will reset. 67-62. Deneen with the ball near the center court area on the far side. Guarded tightly by Antonio Jones, who knocked the ball away from behind and gets it up. It's a nice steal. Preziosi goes up court to Papalambros, makes a move and loses the ball as Barrett Hanlon went for the steal, and Papalambros is going back to the line. Foul on Barrett Hanlon is his first. And here's the deadly Mr. Papalambros to shoot 2 free throws. Hasn't missed one yet. 8 of 8. Has 25 points in the game. First free throw is a good one. Here comes Matt Russell back in. And Preziosi will sit down. Papalambros. After his 26 points, the next only double-figure scorer is Jones with 10.
Yep.
And 2 free throws are good. 10 of 10 for Lambros. 67-64, 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Salve's got the ball in the lead. Josh Holfelder out high. Gets it back to Hanlon, and he gives it back to Patrick Deneen for a 3. No. Rebound up high by McLean. Here come the Curry College Colonels, only down by 3. Here's Antonio Jones driving into Josh Hofelder, putting it up no good. Ball's batted around, comes down on the floor. Jones saves it, knocked away by Barrett Hanlon, but a reach-in foul is going to be called on Barrett. That'll be his second, and that'll put Curry back on the line.
That was close. That was close, but he kind of reached across. And sometimes that looks worse than it is, but he got a lot of ball on that one.
Antonio Jones at the line, and he will shoot a pair with Salve now over the bonus situation to the double bonus. And Jones' first free throw rolls around and drops in. One more free throw here for Antonio as he can draw his team within 1 point. Antonio Jones out of Dorchester, Mass. Hits the second one. And we have a 1 point game, 67-66. Antonio gets a rest. And Alex Kershaw comes back on for Curry. Barrett Hanlon brings it up for Salve. Gets to the top of the circle, then backs it off. Looks for some help, gets it to Patrick Deneen. On the wing, it goes over here to Josh Hofelder. Backs it off to Patrick Deneen, almost stolen by Papalambros. Deneen drives right to the hoop, doesn't get it to go. Ball's drawn, and a tie-up there by Barrett Hanlon on Thomas McLean. And with that tie-up, alternate possession gives Salve the ball.
That was a heads-up play by Barrett there. Getting right in there and tying it up before he could release with his dribble.
So Salve will put it in play from underneath their basket. That's where Jeff Bielefeld will do the honors. Gets it out here to Nick Bates, to Josh Hofelder. They work around the perimeter to Hanlon. Down to Bielefeld, working down the low post. Fakes, goes up and gets fouled. Put a nice move on McLean, who went up for the fake, committed the foul, and that would be number 5 on Tom McLean, and that would put him out of the ball game for Curry. Jeff Bielefeld will be going to the line to shoot 2. Antonio Jones' short rest is going to be over. Jeff Bielefeld in this game with 19 points. Only has 2 rebounds, believe it or not. 7 of 10 from the floor. 5 of 8 at the free throw line, and gets a pair right here to try to get that lead up to more than just 1 point. First free throw's on the way, and around and no good. One more for the senior captain. Curry is doing what they've been doing for the past several games, playing the tough teams tough. And the second free throw is good. 68-66. Salve with some pressure. Curry gets through it. Up the other end is Papalambros, blocked by Barrett Hanlon. Papalambros fakes the 3 in the corner, so Ribeiro will take a 3. That's no good, and Nick Bates has the rebound. Big play, Barrett Hanlon. He has got some elevation. Hanlon guarded closely over there. No foul called on Ribeiro. Bounce pass in the corner was intended for Deneen. Carlos Ribeiro had his hands all over Barrett Hanlon, but no call was made.
A lot of contact. And big defensive possession here for Salve. They've really got to come up with a ball and maybe a quick scoring transition and extend this lead.
68-66. Antonio Jones has it in 3-point range. Gives it up high now to Matt Russell. Beyond the arc. Down low to Alex Kershaw. Kershaw back to Antonio Jones. Jones went left. The pass went right. Turnover. Curry.
Well, Alex Kershaw returned the favor and threw the ball out of bounds just like Barrett Hanlon did down this end of the last possession. So every possession's getting big now.
Well, Salve hasn't lost the lead since the first half when they were up 28-27, but they're in jeopardy right now. Barrett Hanlon gives it up to Patrick Deneen, out to Josh Hofelder, out high. Saw Hanlon down low, but didn't give it to him. Now back to Josh on the wing, right side. There's to Patrick Deneen, double fake, puts the ball on the floor, almost lost it, tries to put it up, and got some contact. He was double, triple teamed down low. And the foul is going to be called on Curry's Matt Russell, which should be 4 on him, I believe. And Patrick Deneen will get a chance for a couple of free throws. It is the 4th on Matt Russell, the 6'7" junior. Patrick Deneen looking for 2 big free throws right here. First one's on the way and good.
You mentioned before how Patrick wants the ball in his hands when the game's on the line, and you can see that he's really moving, begging for the ball right now. I'm sure Bielefeld and Hanlon are going to want the same.
70-66. Salve's lead 4, 3:35 to go. Patrick Deneen with 14 points in the game. Carlos Ribeiro goes in the left corner. Lambros goes baseline, drives right in, and the blocking foul is going to be called. Did the ball go in? I think it did. Jeff Bielefeld is going to be called. So it will be a point chopper, a 3-point play as Papalambros hit that baseline in a hurry.
Jeez, I thought Bielefeld had position on that play.
Well, they didn't get the break that time, so Papalambros can pull his team within a point again.
Wow.
Papalambros with 3:28 to go. Hasn't missed a free throw yet. He's 10 of 10. It's on the way. It's around and off. You're welcome. Barrett Hanlon brings it up. Got it by Ribeiro.
More contact.
Yeah, they're just not going to call it. Right corner goes to Josh Hofelder. They're working around high. Bielefeld goes left side to Barrett Hanlon. Hanlon back to Bielefeld, back to Nick Bates. Free throw line. Got tripped and he traveled. The freshman trying to do it on his own. Really didn't have a good position there and went to the floor. A turnover for Salve. Curry a chance to tie it, if not take the lead. 3:08 remaining. Right wing, Antonio Jones. Looking at the cutters, goes high to Alex Kershaw. Right side of the lane, he drives, he throws it up, around and in. Nice move, nice play, Alex Kershaw. We're tied at 70. And a timeout called here by Salve Regina. It's a 30-second timeout. We can take a 30-second timeout. Tied at 70. Don't go away.
Listen to 1540 Live every weekday afternoon at 4.
Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics, Yankees, and New York Giants. And yes, there's still a great CD selection, plus vinyl LPs are back at the Music Box, 160 Thames Street, downtown Newport. Open every day and night.
All right, Salve to put it in play. Patrick Deneen gets it out to Barrett Hanlon in the backcourt. 2:50 to go. We're even at 70. Hanlon driving down toward the lane, drives right up, throws it up, had it deflected away, went high off the backboard. Ribeiro coming back the other way on a fast break. On the wing pass, it goes to Kershaw, who lays it up and in, and Curry takes the lead.
Another turnover, and that's, turnovers lead to transition, and Salve's got to really start getting the ball in the hands of the people they want to score.
Josh Hofelder gets it out to Jeff Bielefeld up high. Won't shoot from out there. Nick Bates has it now, still up in the high area. Cross court it goes to Hofelder. Josh holding on to it. Salve looking for something here. Patrick Deneen on the wing left side. Drops it down low for Bielefeld. Underneath the basket. Pump fakes. Puts it up from the left side. Great move, Jeff Bielefeld.
Great entry pass by Deneen. And, man, he had 4 people on him and got around all of them.
72-72. Curry with the ball. In the hands of Matt Russell right now. Out high to Papalambros. Got it by Deneen. Lambros wants to make a move, goes right at the basket, and is tied up by Patrick Deneen, who stole the ball away. Great play by Deneen. Bringing it down court, goes up toward the basket, lays it in. No! The basket won't count. Fouls on the floor.
Yep.
But Patrick Deneen to the forefront.
If this was the NBA, that would have been a good basket. A little continuation.
Oh, what a play.
Still a strong take by Patrick.
Now he's at the free throw line to shoot 2 with 1:34 to go. We're tied at 72. Patrick gets 2 free throws here. First one's on the way. And around and it stays in. Almost came off the rim. Patrick now in the game with 15 points. Getting a chance here to add one more. And he does. It rolls around and falls in.
I guess this is obvious, but you got to know where
Papalambros.
Our friend number 24 is.
He's on the right wing right now as Ribeiro comes across the timeline, gives it to Antonio Jones. Jones will give it up high to Alex Kershaw, all alone for a three. Yes! Alex Kershaw! Left alone at the top of the key and buried it with 1:18 to go. The last 7 points belong to Alex Kershaw.
That was a confident shot, too. He popped out and set a screen and then popped out, was wide open. And he never hesitated. He let it fly, knocked down a big shot.
Well, I didn't see how much time was left before the timeout clock began running down, so we'll wait and see. But we're getting down to it here. It's 75-74 after that Alex Kershaw three. Here's a guy who averages 6 points a game, and he scored the last 7 points for Curry. He's now got 9 in the game. So Alex Kershaw getting it done.
1:23 left.
1:23? Okay. Let's see what Salve can do down at their end of the court. Huddled around Sean Foster. Remember, a Salve win and they're guaranteed to be home Tuesday night for a quarterfinal playoff. With a loss, they could still be here. But it sure would be nicer to go off with a win.
I think Salve will try to get the ball down low to Jeff Bielefeld. And obviously he's going to draw a lot of attention, so look for somebody to cut open to the weak side.
All right, Salve brings it up court. Left to right they come with Barrett Hanlon bringing it over the timeline. Near the center circle, looking for the cutters. Gets it up high to Nick Bates. Bates goes down low to Jeff Bielefeld. Left side of the lane, turns, spins, puts it up, around, and no good! Rolled off the rim. Curry has the ball in the lead with 58 seconds to go. 75-74.
No need to foul here.
Ribeiro gets it to Antonio Jones. Jones looking, waiting, gives it up to Alex Kershaw. Straight away beyond the arc to Papalambros. Got it by Deneen. Now he goes left side to Antonio Jones out beyond the arc. One dribble, nothing there. Out deep. Papalambros for a three. No. Long rebound. Patrick Deneen looking to head down court. One-on-one with Papalambros. And Papalambros reaches in for the foul and will give Patrick Deneen 2 free throws as he tried to bat the ball away.
Patrick Deneen made a very smart play there. He was in the open floor. He only had Papalambros to beat, and Papalambros was moving. So that's what you want to do when you're in the open court there, is go attack that defender, because it has to be a foul on him and create some contact. Now he's got a chance to give Salve the lead.
29.8 seconds to go. Patrick Deneen with 2 free throws. Here's number 1, all net. We're tied. One more for Patrick.
That's
senior captain.
4 fouls on Papalambros now, too.
Okay. Deneen's free throw is out. Rimmed around, no good. We're down to a 75 all tie. And Curry can take the last shot. Malcolm Wynn is not going to call a timeout.
Yep.
It's Papalambros with the ball, guarded by Deneen. Papalambros on a weave to Antonio Jones. Right side he goes, right wing, back to Ribeiro. Carlos Ribeiro. 10 seconds on the clock. Papalambros, top of the key. Papalambros, crossover dribble, stops, pops, no good. Rebound up, no good. Fought for. Time runs out. Overtime.
Wow.
Curry had at least 2 chances and almost a third to get the winning basket, and they can't quite get it done. Oh, that was so close. So it is on to overtime we go, a 5-minute overtime. These two aren't quite done.
And just like the last meeting, these teams are going to go into the extra session to settle this.
The score is 75-75. And we're going to go for 5 more minutes at least. Now the personal fouls come into play.
Absolutely.
Papalambros has 4. Matt Russell has 4. I don't know who else. Nobody else has 4 for Salve I can think of. Eric McKinnon fouled out. Nick Bates, I'm not sure. He's got either 3 or 4. Bielefeld has 3.
There's no question right now that every time Salve goes down low to Bielefeld, he's got at least 4 people running at him. And I think what Salve's got to do now is just, plant a seed in his ear and get a couple of their three-point shooters spotted up on the opposite side, and they'll get some open looks.
Malcolm Wynn, the head coach of the Colonels, comes out of the timeout huddle just grinning and smiling and shaking his head. We had it, we couldn't quite get it.
And you got to give them credit because, they're not going to make the playoffs no matter what. And, they came up here and they fought hard. They didn't give up, down 16 points, and now they got it into overtime. So they're playing with house money right now.
It'll be Jeff Bielefeld jumping with Matt Russell. Salve will go left to right as we look on. Dark purple uniforms for Curry, home whites for Salve, and the tap is controlled by Curry. And here come the Colonels. Antonio Jones has it on that left wing, out in three-point territory. A lot of movement inside. Papalambros fell down, but he's smiling about it. A little collision there in the key.
A little acting job there by Papalambros.
Matt Russell wants to drive down. Barrett Hanlon almost stole it from him. Russell tried to put it in, and Patrick Deneen had the rebound. Hanlon has the rebound and gives it up. A lot of hustle in there for that rebound.
Bielefeld's down low on Russell, who's got 4 fouls. See if they go right down to him.
Jeff comes out to take the pass in the high post. Looking around down low. Now gives it up to Patrick Deneen. Deneen, nothing low, so they work it around the perimeter. In the corners, Nick Bates going baseline, puts it up too strong. Weak side rebound. Patrick Deneen wants to go back up with it, but blocked by Kershaw. Here comes Antonio Jones, driving right to the hoop, lays it up and in. Nice move.
Great move by Antonio Jones.
77-75. As Salve comes back the other way. Here's Josh Holfelder for a three. No, too strong. Rebound again, Patrick Deneen. Backs it back off. Barrett Hanlon for a three. That's too short. Rebound, Papalambros. 77-75. Curry with the lead. Curry with the ball. We're in overtime. Here is Ribeiro. Ribeiro gives it up to Antonio Jones in that left wing position. Now they work it around to Matt Russell out high. Here's Papalambros, goes in the right corner. Ribeiro wants to take a three, and that is no good. Bielefeld brings down the rebound. 77-75, Curry. Patrick Deneen looking for Barrett Hanlon, gets it in his hands. He's closely guarded by Carlos Ribeiro. Hanlon looking around. Gives a pass over toward Josh Holfelder, but threw it away. Had a bad angle, threw it away.
More importantly, he left his feet when he made that pass. You never want to do that when you're trying to make a solid pass. You got to stay on your feet.
Carlos Ribeiro lost his dribble, but finally gets in the hands of Papalambros. Papalambros now. Right in front of his bench, left side. Guarded closely by Patrick Deneen. 12-second shot clock. Gives it up to Antonio Jones. Antonio Jones, right side of the lane, on the run, throws it up wildly, doesn't get it to go. Russell's putback doesn't go, and Jeff Bielefeld hauls it down. Patrick Deneen on the run, and Sean Foster will call a timeout with 2:27 remaining in overtime. 77-75, Curry over Salve. He'll take a timeout here and come right back.
Get news updates all day, every day at WADK.com.
Newport Insurance Agency is an established group of insurance industry veterans who are committed to the Newport County community and the clients they serve. In an uncertain world, Newport Insurance Agency is dedicated to keeping pace with the ever-changing needs of their customers and anticipating their needs for the future. Because their staff lives in the community where they work, they know firsthand the difficulty in obtaining affordable homeowners property insurance when living in the proximity of the coast. With recent changes to the National Flood Insurance Program, there is a lot of confusion on eligibility, coverage, and rates. Newport Insurance is happy to go over that coverage with you and help you unravel the coverage and costs associated with flood insurance. Stop by their office at 460 East Main Road, corner of Forest Avenue, Middletown. Call them at 619-1660 or visit their website at newportinsuranceagency.com.
All right, back in overtime with you. Bob Angel, Mike Lunny at Rogers Recreation Center at Salve, Regina. The crowd is on the edge of their seats, and so are we. 77-75. Salve will put it in play. Patrick Deneen will do the honors right in front of Mike Lunny and gets it out to Barrett Hanlon. Let's see if they want to go to Jeff Bielefeld like Mr. Lunny thinks they should do. Deneen looking for Jeff, but he's double teamed down low. Can't get it to him. They work around the perimeter. Give it back to Holfelder. Holfelder looking, waiting for something down low. Nothing there. Bielefeld works around the perimeter. Over to Patrick Deneen. Tough defense here by Curry. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Patrick Deneen looking for a screen. Doesn't have it, so Josh Holfelder doesn't take a three. Now it's Deneen. He'll throw up a three. Off the mark. Bielefeld went way up for the rebound and got fouled by Matt Russell. Boy, did Bielefeld sky.
What a big-time rebound. You know, rebounding is all about positioning and timing, and that's the thing that's so impressive about Jeff is that he knows exactly where that ball's coming off the rim and goes after it.
Well, one thing Jeff has struggled with this year is free throw shooting. He's improved a little bit as it's gone on, but he's not the best of free throw shooters. Jeff shoots it at 67%. He's going to get a pair here, and he needs them both to tie this game up. 1:56 remaining. The senior captain. First free throw. Good. Scott St. Lawrence is in for Josh Holfelder. Scott has 4 personal fouls. One more free throw here for Jeff Bielefeld. If he can, to even things up. And he does. Murray coming back now with 1:50 to go in the game. In overtime, 77-77. There's Lambros, Papa Lambros with the ball. Gets over to Alex Kershaw. Kershaw looking and waiting to Antonio Jones. Left side of the lane. Pump fakes, throws it up, and no good. Rebound, Nick Bates up high. Barrett Hanlon watching Antonio Jones, who's guarding him closely, and Sean Foster will call another timeout. Salve ball with 1:28 to go.
Good timeout by Sean there because he wants to make sure he gets the shot that he wants right now, because you know, getting a lead right now with just a minute, a little over a minute to go. He wants to make sure he gets the shot that he's looking for and set up his defense, because every possession right now is going to be huge, and I bet you it's going to run through Bielefeld.
Well, not many points in this overtime. A layup for Antonio Jones and a pair of free throws to Jeff Bielefeld, and that's been it so far. As we are even at 77. We came in even at 75. And the Salve fans, and they're rimming around the edge of the basketball court. They filled up the bleachers. There's a lot of Curry fans here too. Milton Mass isn't that far away. The Salve, the women's basketball team from Curry, of course, is hanging around, cheering on their men's counterparts. And we'll see what Sean Foster has in mind in this 77-77 tie. Great finish to this afternoon of college basketball here at Salve Regina University. All right, the Seahawks head out on the floor. Here come the Colonels. We have 1:28 remaining. Nick Bates is going to put it in play on the opposite side of the court from us at the scorer's table. And it will come out to Barrett Hanlon in the backcourt. Brings it across the timeline. Gives directions. Leaves his feet on that pass again. Got it though. Got it to Josh Holfelder. Barrett Hanlon with it back. Left wing. Wants to go baseline. Almost lost his footing. Resets. Goes foul line. Dishes it off on the wing. Josh Holfelder for a three. In, around, and out. Rebound down to Curry. Papa Lambros has it. Now a minute to go. Less than a minute to go. Carlos Ribeiro giving it up to Antonio Jones. Interesting that Malcolm Wynn doesn't call timeouts in dramatic times like this.
Well, he's got confidence in his team to know what they know what to do.
Papa Lambros has it out high. Got it by Holfelder. Papa Lambros with the dribble. Working to work. At the foul line. Crossover. Stops. Pops. Hits. With 38 seconds to go.
That's his signature move. That right to left crossover. Gets right to his spot. Right in his comfort zone.
Here comes Seahawks the other way. Down by 2. 79-77. 31 seconds to go. They can't run out the shot clock. And timeout called by Salve Regina. 28 seconds to go in the game. 26 seconds on the shot clock. Or was that 28? I'm at a bad angle. Nope, 26. Yep. So, Now what are we going to do?
Well, you know, I think the big thing is you got to get something going to the basket, and if you're going to settle for a jump shot, it's got to be off of a drive where you're drawing defenders to you. But you know, at this point, I think you got to go down to the senior, and you got to let the offense run through him. Either get him the ball in the high post and let him drive from there, or run him off a little bit of a screen and get him the ball down in the low post, and something good will happen.
Well, that three by Josh Holfelder went down, spun out, spun around, and then came out.
And you know, Barrett Hanlon was trying to get inside the interior of the defense, and he brought the ball all the way back to the corner, crossed over, came middle, then drew the defender, and Holfelder was wide open for that three and just didn't go down.
So it'll be Alex Kershaw, Paul Preziosi. Of course, Papa Lambros is out there with Antonio Jones and Carlos Ribeiro. Curry looking for the big upset here. They have the advantage, 79-77. Salve will have the ball and look for a tie at the very least with this possession. They can't quite run out the game. The game clock has got 2 seconds more on it than the shot clock does. It's Patrick Deneen with Nick Bates, Jeff Bielefeld, Josh Holfelder, and Barrett Hanlon. Deneen will put it in play. Looking for Barrett Hanlon, gets it to Barrett Hanlon. Takes it in the backcourt, now brings it across. On the left side on the wing, Hanlon working around to the right side. Wants to drive, goes down the lane, puts it up on the run and lays it in! Barrett Hanlon scores with 19 seconds to go.
They tried to go screen and roll with Bielefeld, and boy, what a big time play that was by Barrett Hanlon.
Here's Papa Lambros with it to try and win it between the circles. Guarded by Deneen. Stops, pops, misses the shot. Rebound, Hanlon going up court, 3 seconds. Barrett Hanlon dribbling down, lays it up, and in! Barrett Hanlon, length of the court! 81-79, Salve with 5/10 of a second remaining in the game. And Sean Foster called timeout?
Yes, Barrett Hanlon. Barrett Hanlon. Not only, he waited, he's got a flair for the dramatic, I guess, but he elevated, got a great big time rebound, and knew exactly how much time was on the clock, and knew he could get all the way to the rim and put his head down and got there and scored. What a big time, tremendous play.
I'm not sure, why did Sean Foster call timeout? With 0.5 seconds left.
Well, I think in his mind he's trying to set up his defense, but on the other side of it, I don't know if Curry would have called timeout there to set something up, but you know, they certainly wouldn't have had a play diagram. So it's a good question.
I don't know what you can do in 0.5 seconds. Well, once you touch the ball, the clock starts, and then can you release it in time? If you can even get your hands on it.
They may try to, you know, they may try to throw it the length of the court and maybe try to get a tip.
Well, Barrett Hanlon was not to be denied. He wasn't to be denied for the rebound. Right. He wasn't to be denied the opportunity to take it the length of the court and put in that layup calmly, efficiently, and dramatically. So here's an inbounds play for Curry with 0.5 seconds to go.
So we'll put Holfelder on the ball out of bounds to try to make it a difficult pass.
Here's the length of the court pass, knocked away by Scott St. Lawrence. Yep. And the Salve Regina Seahawks have somehow pulled out an 81-79 win over Curry.
Wow.
To finish off the regular season in unbelievable fashion.
What a great ball game.
Oh my goodness. And how about that Barrett Hanlon, huh? What a great move. Yeah, Josh Vermeister can't believe it. He's looking at me shaking his head going, oh wow.
Yeah.
That was some kind of finish, some kind of basketball game. How about this Curry College team, huh?
Yep.
4-13? You kidding me?
And Papa Lambros, I mean, what an outstanding player. And he got the shot that he was looking for on the play to win the game as well. You know, it just came out, and that's how the game goes sometimes.
Well, I tell you, That's the finish of an afternoon for me. I'm done. I am wiped out.
Oh, that was fun.
And you know what I have to do tonight? I have to go to an a cappella concert to be a judge and host.
Really?
Yes. And of course, I have a tight deadline, and they went into overtime on me.
Of course.
You know, but that's okay. I'll get there. Well, let's take a timeout. We'll come back and recap this thing the best we can in Salve's win over Curry in overtime, 81-79. Be right back.
Jamestown's information station.
What do we got here?
WADK.
Newport's past meets Newport's present at the Midtown
Okay,
Oyster Bar.
I got this in ITZ, right?
ITZ and another Salve.
Another
They
Salve?
can move to 4.
Okay.
They're served daily 4 to 10.
And
11,
just
Fridays
run
and
them out.
Saturdays.
Get them done.
There's live
and I'll wrap it up after that.
I know you had
The
10.
Midtown Oyster Bar offers a choice of newspapers for their guests to read at their leisure, like the Boston Globe, New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the Providence Journal. For reservations, 619-4100. The Midtown Oyster Bar, 345 Thames Street, the former Salas's location. Use their free parking at the St. Spiritans Church lot at the corner of Thames and Brewer. Check them out on the web,
Double for Deneen.
midtownoysterbar.com. In the Zone Baseball Club, the place to get better.
That's surprising.
Period. Now's the
5
time to
rebounds.
check out
Good deal.
ITZ's unbeatable membership plan, which allows players to hit every day at this area's most state-of-the-art 12,000
31 for
square foot
Capilano.
facility. ITZ's private instruction comes from area high school
That's
and
all they
college
had,
coaches, as well as
That's really all they
professional
had.
players. Plus, there are camps and clinics for all ages. Program rental bookings are being taken now for the winter months.
Thankfully, he
Call
missed
now
his
to
last
get
shot.
locked in if you
Yeah.
have a preferred night, time slot, or cage combination request.
I'd like to go to his
In the
left.
Zone is open to the public for batting
Which is
cage or
interesting for
bullpen
a
rental,
right-hander.
as well as other specific programs to get players ready for their 2014 seasons. Check out the Pro Shop that sells Major League Baseball certified wood bats, along with a wide variety of Newport Gulls and Newport Junior Gulls apparel. In the Zone Baseball Club, Airport Road, Fall River, right off Route 24. Phone 508-677-3200. For more info, go to itzbaseball.org. A new weekly video feature from
69-67
Salve
in the last
Regina
game.
Athletics titled
What? It was
99
only
Seconds with the
69-67 in the last
Hit the
game.
internet and social media every Wednesday. Become a fan of the Salve Regina University
overtime.
Athletics Facebook page and subscribe to the Seahawks YouTube channel to follow each weekly episode, which offers glimpses of the teams during competition, practices, scrimmages, team meetings, and workouts. 99 Seconds with the Seahawks. A new episode every Wednesday found on Facebook, YouTube, and of course, salveathletics.com. Become a fan of the Seahawks. It only takes 99 seconds.
All right, your final here in overtime, Salve 81, Curry College 79. Leading scorers in the game for Salve Regina, Jeff Bielefeld, 8 of 12 from the floor, 24 points, 8 of 12 at the free throw line, but only 5 rebounds. A bit unusual for Jeff, but others made up for it, like Patrick Deneen, 17 points, 15 rebounds, and 6 assists for Patrick Deneen. And he made some big plays in the end, like he always does. 13 points and 10 rebounds for Barrett Hanlon. He was 5 of 10 from the floor, and he made that winning layup that won it. And boy, oh boy, can't say enough about Barrett Hanlon. 8 points in the game for Josh Holfelder. 8 points for Nick Bates as well. For Curry College, leading scorer, as usual, Lambros Papalembros, who had 31 points, 10 of 20 from the floor. Fortunately, he missed his 20th shot. He was 10 of 11 at the free throw line and also had 5 rebounds. Lambros Papalembros, definitely quality ball player all the way. Antonio Jones had 14 points. He was perfect at the free throw line, 4 for 4. Then you had Matt Russell scoring 8 points, 9 points for Alex Kershaw, and 7 for Paul Preziosi to help lead the way for Curry. But it came down to the overtime. At the end of regulation, it was Patrick Deneen who sank 1 free throw with 29.8 seconds to go that tied it at 75 all. And even though Curry had about 3 chances at a winning shot, they didn't convert on it in the final seconds of regulation. We went to overtime. Antonio Jones got the first basket on a nice drive And then it was Jeff Bielefeld getting a couple of free throws that tied it up at 77 with 1:56 to go. And then Papa Lambros, jumper from the foul line area with 38 seconds left, made it 79-77 Curry College. And that's when Barrett Hanlon went to work. He scored on a beautiful layup with 19 seconds left to make it a tie game at 79 all. And then after a miss down here by Curry, Papalambros missing that shot right around the foul line area, Hanlon goes up for the rebound. Hanlon brings it down. Hanlon goes the length of the court. Antonio Jones is chasing him, but doesn't commit the foul. Barrett Hanlon lays it up and in with 0.5 seconds to go to win the game 81-79. Other than that, a boring ho-hum game, and that's all I can tell you. That is quite the finish. So Salve Regina finishes the regular season, the men do, with a record of, somebody just handed you a sheet, there it is, with a record of 11-7, and they will be hosting a quarterfinal this coming Tuesday night, and their opponents will be, I'm looking at the women. I'm sorry. It'll be Wentworth or Roger Williams, it looks like. No, Salve's the number 4 team. They get Endicott.
They get Endicott.
Endicott, the number 5 team. So it's Salve and Endicott in the quarterfinals for the men's game Tuesday night. It's Salve and Curry in the quarterfinals of the women's game Tuesday night. So lots going on here at Tuesday night in playoff action. So I think we're done, Mr. Lunny. Mr. Curry, I was going to call you.
Have the Colonel.
Have some fun, did you?
Oh, it was a great afternoon, and what an ending. I think the best part of that play for me was being a guard, Barrett Hanlon getting that rebound and having the poise to know that he could get all the way to the rim to make a layup. So many times when there's like less than 5 seconds to go, you see people pull up and try to take a jump shot because they just don't know exactly what the time and score is. So him getting to you could just see how his court awareness was so good. And they ran Sean Foster came out of a timeout, ran a great screen and roll to tie the game with Barrett Hanlon and Bielefeld up there. So he isolated his 2 best players, got that done there. What a fun afternoon this was.
Oh, it's great. Salve comes away with a couple of wins and gets ready for the playoffs on Tuesday. Our thanks go to Art Berluti, of course, in studio for producing and directing this entire broadcast. Also to the athletic department here at Salve Regina, led by Colin Sullivan, and the sports information department, led by Ed Havershaw, for all of their help and assistance in making these broadcasts at Salve so much fun. All right, that's going to do it for us. Both teams win from Salve. Great afternoon of basketball. We hope you enjoyed it. For Mike Lunny, it's Bob Angel, and you've been enjoying Salve Regina basketball live on WADK AM 1540 and WADK.com.
1540.